Hey, good morning, everybody.
Hi.
It is Monday. It is May the 19th, and we are coming at you.
Yeah.
That's right, coming at you live from City Place here in Creve Coeur, Missouri, on what is to be a possibly stormy Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what a weekend, guys. All starting with the storm on Friday. And just seeing some of the damage, it's unbelievable.
It is.
This is something that happened here. $1.6 billion in damage is what they're saying.
Oh, my gosh.
I know Fox 2's got a pretty good write-up about the storm path. Storm was about 20 miles long, first touchdown around Hanley and Clayton. So Hanley and Clayton Road. Damage reports continue as the storm crosses Big Bend onto Skinker and Wydown. There are multiple trees down at Forest Park near the Science Center. Also damage reports on the northern end of Forest Park. The track continues north to Kings Highway to Newstead. And this is where most of the EF3 damage is reported. So that's Kings Highway to Newstead. Winds clocking over 150 miles an hour were reported in this heavily populated area of North St. Louis. This is in the is it the Ville?
The Ville.
And the greater Ville neighborhoods. Eventually, the tornado went across the Mississippi and into Illinois. Damage reports in Granite City are in the EF0 to EF1 range. The tornado damage continues to Edwardsville and SIUE. I mean, that is a giant path.
Yeah.
The footage from people's cameras, either if it was the security footage or people that were actually in their homes filming, like from the high rises downtown.
Oh, you see that whole second floor, that second floor get blown away?
It was
that
wild.
rooftop.
Yeah, it was a rooftop, like apartment or something. And I mean, I was afraid for that person because they had a lot of glass in their kitchen that they were filming out of. And they were out on their deck at first, and then you see the chairs moving by and this thing just rolling through. It's awful.
Yeah, we took a little drive through Forest Park, and it's a bummer.
Yeah.
It's a bummer because there's just so many cool pathways, I love, and I'm like, I don't think there's going to be very much of a pathway there.
Over in Overland, anything?
Yeah, we had some trees down in our neighborhood. There was, on both ends of my block, there was trees down, but my yard was just a bunch of leaves, and it broke I couldn't tell how much water we got because something broke my water gauge. So that was kind of bad, so I'm going to turn that into insurance, but otherwise, we did pretty good in our neighborhood, I think.
What about you, Rafe? Out by you, I know you said you maybe slept through most of it.
Yeah, I must have been right in the sweet spot of north, Central West End. Forest Park's right north of me on Kings Highway. They got hit hard. And then Carondelet Park, which is right south of me, also took a bad hit. And then you guys texted me and were like, hey, are you okay?
Yeah.
Right.
And I was like, yeah.
Why?
And I woke up and it was raining, but me and the dog slept through the tornado,
Wow.
which is crazy.
It was
And
right near you, I thought.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
And I slept through it. And when I went out, I was like, well, maybe I'm wrong. And I went out and walked around. There weren't really even like leaves in the yard where I was at. No hail damage. I know you guys said you took some hail. And
we did out by us.
I must have just been in the sweet spot, like right in the middle of whatever hit north and south.
Moon, by you?
Just hail. Varying sizes. At first, it was just the dime size, I'd say.
Yeah.
And then there were some much bigger ones.
Oh, yeah, we had some bad ones out by us in Wildwood.
Yeah, hail was as bad as it got, though, which took down a couple branches and things, but it wasn't the wind that really did the damage. It was just the hail for us. The crazy thing is, there's a lot of videos that are going around. Have you all seen the ones from the construction fellers? I think they were in Central West End. Mm-mm. Oh my gosh, these dudes were in like a smaller front loader or something, or you can't really see the whole thing because by the time they're filming, they jumped in a truck and they were filming it and they're like, "We're in a tornado," and then a whole bunch of things go by and out of nowhere, the front loader that the dude was just in crushed by a tree.
Wow.
And then another tree goes over here and crushes a car. Right in front of these guys, and all you're thinking is, man. If I'm in that truck, I'm thinking the next tree's going to hit me. Lay down or something, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. What would you do in that situation?
Oh, man. I don't know. I would just freeze. I don't know.
I tell you what, I was so mad at my wife on Friday.
Why?
Well, so I went home. They had called for the storms to happen between, 1 and about 5 o'clock?
Yeah.
So there was that, 4-hour window.
Oh my gosh! If you say the same thing, because something happened in my house that sounds like you're about to tell the exact story. Go on.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
I just didn't want to be the guy that said it.
Oh, I'm going to say it.
Upset husbands. Here we go.
Upset husband.
Yeah.
Upset husband.
My favorite segment.
Go on. Let me
Wife's
guess.
acting wild. Let's go. Let's hear about what they
let me
do.
guess. As soon as you got
it's
home,
irresponsibility.
as soon as you got home, you said, "Hey, don't forget there's storms coming later, just in case I'm."
Well, we had
napping."
talked about it yesterday.
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry.
The day before.
Thursday.
Right.
We talked about it Thursday. Hey, keep your eye on the sky. That's what I always say. If I know there's a storm coming, if I know there's possible bad weather, I even said it yesterday to my wife. Hey, keep your eye on the sky. So I get home around noon on Friday. I go down for a nap, as I do.
Yeah.
It's my Friday reset nap.
Nice.
Okay, that is the blackout shades down. That is socks off. That is, I'm like, I'm going to
Burritoed?
go in for I got a busy weekend, a good nap.
We're living mirrored lives so far.
So I wake up to, basically it sounds like somebody throwing rocks at the house.
Yep.
The dogs are now in the bed with me. We're kind of curled up.
Thunder
Like,
buddies.
I guess, yeah, we're Thunder Buddies. So I open up the shades. I go, oh, man, it is. And I think I started filming for you guys. And I sent you guys a video of what was happening on my deck. It was the little small, maybe up to golf ball size hail at this point. And I look at my Live 360 app.
See where your
It's
people
Live
are.
for life.
Live.
Live.
Life.
Life. So I go, okay, the boys at the high school, the girls at the middle school. I know my wife had a massage that day.
Nice.
So I see she's still at the massage place. So I go, she's probably listening to the pan flute.
Trickling water.
Yeah, there's like sounds like a babbling brook and a pan flute.
Yeah, the sounding
I'm like,
bowls.
she's fine.
Yeah.
She's fine. And then it starts to get really bad enough where I'm like, I got to stay away from the window. And it was, I mean, I could hear, the hail coming through the trees, and I'm like, oh God, one of the cars is in the driveway. And by that time it was too dangerous to run outside.
No, it's not. You got to do it.
Oh boy! Put on a bike helmet and
You got to
go
do
out.
it.
You did it?
The tinkling happened on the window. I was like, oh, it's hailing. And I remember I mentioned earlier to make sure you know that there's going to be hail and possible thunderstorms coming, which is husband speak for put the car in the garage.
Yeah.
Make sure the car's in the garage. So I went downstairs and I go, hey, it's hailing out here. You see that? And she goes, yeah, it's crazy. I can hear it from down here. And I went,
Where's the car?
car's in the garage, right? She goes, no, because I got to leave in a little bit. And I go, what? So I run out in my house shoes, which aren't supposed to go outside. Gosh, dang it.
Oh, they touched.
man,
you got to throw
your
those
moccasins?
out now.
Oh, yeah, they're
That's a
worthless. So I go out.
They've touched dirt.
I'm soaking wet. I mean, it takes 4 seconds to just get like a dunk tank style wet. And you get out there, and then you back the car, and I'm like, well, it's probably too late anyway because these things are huge now.
Yeah.
Oh no, there was no way. It was dangerous. It was tennis ball size at that point.
Oh my gosh, we didn't have
get that big.
Oh, we had a tree come down. Oh, we had a tree come down in the neighborhood too, and all the husbands were activated.
Yeah. Somebody blew a horn.
And then once
Absolutely.
again, all the husbands in the neighborhood with chainsaws. That tree was cleared within 3 minutes.
That's sweet.
That's incredible.
For you guys. Or for them, because I know your ass wasn't out there.
And no, here's what happened. Okay.
Here's what happened.
So like 4 guys with chainsaws, zzz, and I walked up. I go, I'm helping.
Okay.
You guys,
Go back in, you shinless man.
No, I walked up there. I'm helping, guys. Look at me. I'm taking branches to the curb.
Oh,
see
look,
there's no
Scott
manager
Rizzuto's
here.
here.
So I got everybody accounted for. Okay, because it was bad. I didn't know where. I had Steve Templeton on Channel 4.
Same.
so we knew where he was.
Steve Templeton was good. His sleeves were not fully rolled up. By
I
the way.
know. This might be a new era for him. We don't know.
He's too calm.
I mean, he had his jacket. The jacket was off. I mean, he was in his white shirt.
Yeah.
But the sleeves were not rolled up. So listen, watching him and seeing what the radar was doing and I knew my wife was in the Manchester area. I was like, okay, I see she's in one spot.
Right.
So everything passes. I know they released my daughter's school a little late because they wanted to wait till, the tornado sirens went off. And, she calls me and she's like, my daughter's like, we're cool. They're releasing us now. I said, okay, good. My son's like, I'm going to the gym. And my wife, she calls. She goes, I got to send you the video from the car. I go, what do you mean from the car? She goes, yeah, I had to pull over on the side of the road until this thing passed. I go, what do you mean you pulled over? I thought you were getting a massage. No, I left. I go, you drove in the middle of this? She goes, yeah, I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't know I was going to drive into it. I go,
what are we doing?
You're killing me.
What are you doing? I'm like, the sky was green.
Right.
Eye on the sky, remember? Remember what I
You
said?
don't look at the sky and go, something's happening. I need to open up my app.
Well,
Like I need to open up my weather app and see the radar.
she's
I
a
thought you said
strong
guy.
woman. She's probably thought I can make it. I mean, I think she probably went.
I was upset.
Yeah, you were scared. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Like I was upset. I'm like, how could you put yourself at risk like that? You
Right.
were. What?
Maybe
I told you to keep your eye. This is
Eye on the
when you heed the advice. She goes, this is why I need you. I go, I know. I told you. I told you. Thank God.
yeah.
Did your voice go real high like that when you said it to her?
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
That's a bummer because you got points and then just immediately lost them.
Took him away.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got like manly,
I'm
you got man
still-
points, which is like I still need you, and you're like, yeah, I know.
I'm still to the good.
All right, still in the green.
I'm still to the good.
Okay,
I
good.
think.
Good.
I think the Jeep's got all little dents on the hood.
Well, man, people checking in from St. Charles here on the Coleman's Campers text line, and yeah, their hail is the size of lemons. I mean, that's freaking
Golly.
huge. That's huge hail.
Yeah, I was. I had to go pick up some stuff for my wife, some medicine, and so I was over here by work. So I just, as soon as the hail started coming in, I got to the garage as quickly as possible and just watched the whole thing blow through. It was pretty fun.
Say every tree along the west end of Forest Park is down.
So awesome.
Yeah,
That is-
It is sad.
That is wild. So more storms on the way today. Well, they say a new round of thunderstorms is on the way for this area. They said the setup is not as intense as the storms that hit last Friday.
Right.
Still, we should remain alert. Guys, keep your eye on the sky,
Don't go anywhere.
especially late Monday afternoon, today, and into the night, when the potential for severe weather increases. So morning, early afternoon, mostly quiet, aside from a couple straight showers and maybe the occasional gust of wind. Storms will redevelop across Missouri after 4 o'clock, especially along and near a warm front expected to sit near I-70. The storms may become strong to severe, particularly in areas which they have on the map there highlighted under a level 3 out of 5 severe weather risk.
God dang, dude. You see this? The MLK Jr. statue was knocked off its base.
Where's that at?
Fountain Park in North St. Louis. Look,
Whoa.
look. Gone.
Damn.
Trees gone. I mean, this park got smashed.
Yeah, well, so today and tomorrow, keep your eye on the sky. There could be more bad storms rolling through. Again, $1.6 billion in tornado damage, 5 dead, 38 hurt. Police are doing 12-hour shifts to respond to to future incidents like storms today and keep the rest of the city safe. There are instances of looting happening. Curfew is still in effect in the disaster zones from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. because so many buildings are unstable. They don't want people to get trapped. What they're saying is, hey, don't go on your roof to tarp it off yourself.
Right.
Okay.
I was looking at all these, 150-year-old churches that all their roofs are gone, and like people are trying to tarp these roofs that are over 100 years old. And I mean, it just looks like you're going to fall straight through to a pew or something.
Well, the
It's
new
crazy.
mayor, Mayor Spencer, said they have truckloads of tarps being delivered to city donation sites, but she says we're asking you, instead of trying to tarp the building, just pull your belongings to the center and use the tarps to try to protect
Your
your
belongings.
stuff.
Got it.
Don't be on the roof.
Yeah.
Centennial Christian Church. Look at this. I mean, it took
I
its whole tower here is it's on the ground. Like it's just thousands of bricks.
By the way, so there's a really resourceful Google Doc that I just shared out on our socials that if people want to volunteer, if they want to know how their supplies can be helped, if they need food, if you need financial assistance, like anybody listening who needs assistance in any way or like needs shelter, there's a pretty informative Google Doc.
It is comprehensive.
It is.
That is so cool. I was impressed on how Saturday morning it seemed like St. Louis was ready to already kick into gear and help because like Woofie's and Overland, everything they made that day, they donated, and they had a record-breaking sales day.
Yeah.
They sold the most they've ever done over there.
There are a lot of restaurants now that cannot be open, and you have a lot of employees there who can't work.
Right.
Wait staff.
I was thinking of Steve Ewing, so he's there at PointFest doing the Urge thing, but his Del Mar location, both Steve's and the Fountain on Del Mar, both just completely annihilated. And honestly, his partner, Danny, was out serving hot dogs to the community and everybody on Saturday, but a lot of people stepping up. Like I saw High Point said, if you need a meal, volunteers, they were making food for people. So
we'll push out all that doc you got, that STL tornado support info, which is being constantly updated.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like a Google Doc, so
it's out now.
It's again pretty comprehensive. If you need help, you need assistance, here's where to find it. If you want to help, there are things on there that you could do, items they're looking for.
And they do need volunteers. Boots on the ground. They need a lot of people helping with bricks, removing trees, all that.
All kinds of stuff, man.
Hey, if you want to reach out to us and let us know something you guys specifically need, or if you got a business that you need to get the word out about employee assistance, or you guys are open, you guys are willing to help, just let us know. We'll put the word out for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw a cool slide that had some good tips about volunteering, too, about, like, how to, some of the stuff was, like, just about how to handle yourself if you're going into these areas and helping. Like, this kind of happened to me when I was in Hawaii with Lahaina. Like, they were like, hey, man, don't make people revisit their trauma. Like, don't come in here with, like, when the fires took out Lahaina or whatever, like, I went and did a whale watching thing, and they kind of said the same thing, which I hadn't really thought about before, but, like, I saw a slide that was like, lead with listening. Like, don't assume, if you're going to ask questions, ask gently. You know what I mean? Like, don't make people relive, like, what was it like being in the tornado? Like, these people are, like, lost their homes and stuff like that. And respecting boundaries and to show up with humility, not a hero complex, because I think a lot of people do that when they volunteer. So just be mindful of, like, some people lost everything. So be helpful. Go in there with, like, an open heart and open ears, but don't tell stories that aren't yours to tell, like taking pictures of people or their homes and things like that.
Well, also try to help where you can. Just go where you're told.
100%.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at this resource. Like, there is a ton of stuff that they need. That, like, as far as volunteer requests, like United Way, YMCA's. Everybody needs you right now. So we got.
Well, also look, there are donation drop-off locations. So, for example, like the Schnucks City Plaza, they're taking, donations, whether it be water, flashlights, batteries, glow sticks, non-perishable food, tents, tarps, boards, boxes, gloves, trash bags, first aid kits, masks, solar lights, lumber, plywood, safety glasses. The list goes on and on. So just check out that thing we put out. Again, the STL Tornado Supply info. Google Doc, we'll push that on all the socials. Great. It's a great resource. And if you want to get the word out about a particular thing that you're doing, or you got a business that you want to get the word out about, let us know.
Yeah.
And we will be more than happy to pass that along. So I know the St. Louis Fire Department finished searching all the affected buildings and said, listen, the area where that tornado went through is still very dangerous. The fire department is having, I guess they had a public charging station delivered last night.
Nice.
To House 26 at Margaret and Taylor for anybody to use. So I guess if you need your cell phone charged up, if you need something charged up, it should be there already.
Yeah, there's like 50,000 people without power?
Still, yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's going to be a
wild.
while. In a letter to parents, the Clayton School District announced that the entire district will be closed today due to the extensive damage caused by the storm. The district superintendent announced the closure or cancellation of all schools. School sports practices will continue, albeit in new locations. Coaches or team leaders will contact the families with additional info regarding all the sports stuff. But
Well, I can't imagine the logistics they're going through because this is like final season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's end of year, but there's still a few things to do for most of these schools.
Well, I know for our school district up Rockwood, I mean, this is the last week, and I know my son's going through finals. And,
Right. Like, this is not a easy time to be rearranging everything.
both Captain Elementary and Wydown Middle Schools are still without power at the time of the letter with the superintendent sent out last night. Ameren has not yet provided the district with an estimate for when the power would be restored. But again, all the Clayton School District schools are closed today. So, yeah, that's what a tragedy. Friday. But more storms expected today, so just be on alert. So that was Friday, and Saturday we were all up at PointFest, and what a magical day that was.
Yeah, like
Incredible.
literally night and day. Like Friday was awful. Saturday, gorgeous weather. Perfect for a festival.
Gorgeous. I tell you what, as far as the weather goes on Saturday, I've been to, I think, 30 PointFests.
Yeah. That was the nicest one ever.
Probably a top fiver as far as nice days go.
Yes.
Not only that, but like the humidity was wherever it was,
Oh,
where
perfect.
you could wear whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
You want to go shorts, you'll be all right. You want to wear jeans like I did, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I had jeans. I saw somebody in a sweatshirt. I saw people in bikini tops. You know what I mean? Like everybody was comfortable.
Yeah, it was great. 12,000 of our closest friends to the amphitheater. First show of the summer season.
Concert season is among us.
Summer concert season has officially started. And what a way to kick it off. I mean, it was amazing. I really got to sit down and I saw little post-sex nachos who were excellent. Excellent. I got to hear a song from the Sick Puppies. I got to hear their final song. I got to see the opening of Ludo. I saw you do the stage intro for Ludo.
Yep.
And
Fantastic as
three
always.
songs of theirs. I saw one song from Finger 11. I watched most of the Toadies.
Did you see Oxymorons?
I didn't. I saw
The band
maybe a
is
song.
Awesome. The band is awesome.
Yeah, I got to introduce them.
They're very cool. And they're such nice dudes. Like that's a good, cool band that if they just catch the right moment, they're going to do really well.
So Toadies were great.
Yeah.
Love
that
them.
sounded Amazing.
So many hits. And then watched all the Urge. And, of course, dude, probably,
Top 3 best Urge shows I've ever seen.
right?
Crazy. Like, it could have been the weather, just the vibe of the whole day. I don't know, but they came out. Their energy is infectious.
Amazing.
Yeah.
They were amazing.
They were on fire and louder than ever. But
You think so?
Yes. Yeah, because I was on stage, and over the last few years, technology has allowed bands to have quieter stages, which is much more controllable for the front of house and whatever. So most band stages have gotten progressively quieter. I swear to goodness, the Urge has only gotten louder. They have the loudest stage sound of all time, which is amazing for anybody that's
Well,
on
there's so
stage,
much
because then you're
stuff.
like, there's a show going backwards too.
There's so much stuff going on. Yeah, because usually, if you stand at probably one of the worst spots to stand to go see a band is the side of the stage.
Yeah, especially,
can't hear anything.
Yeah, especially in modern day, because almost everybody has in-ear monitors, so you don't even have a lot of stage volume at all, or there's digital amps and things, so everything is going out, nothing's coming backwards. But not the Urge, man. Golly dang! I was talking to him after the show. I was like, guys, that was as much of a concert backwards as it was forwards. Holy crud! It was so banging on stage. Like the stage was moving, and it's a concrete stage, so it was like everything was just kind of buzzing. The Urge was ripping.
I love watching the crowd during an Urge show.
Same.
I mean, I really kind of took it in, kind of looking around because it was just getting to be dark out, and you could see the hands up.
Everybody knows the words.
And everybody
Yeah.
knows the words to every one of their songs. And just, I mean, the energy every time they play is just cannot be. Another band can't do what they do.
And it feels like PointFest. Like they've played so many of the festivals that like They're the house band for PointFest. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
this was
staple.
one of the best performances I've seen of them, and it's not like the bar was low. Like they set a high bar every time they play.
And I will tell you, with some of these festival type shows that go all day, sometimes you don't want to be the last band to play. Sometimes you don't want to be what would be considered the headliner, the final band, because it's a long day. People are tired. People are hot. People aren't paying attention. Sometimes people leave because they've had too much.
Yeah.
In this case, with such a great day, everybody stayed for 311. And I tell you what, I've seen 311 a lot. This was the best I've ever seen them.
Also, I talked to Bill Ryder of The Urge, and he said that Nick Hexum had not played with them for like a very long time. Like the last time that Nick Hexum came out with The Urge to play was like on a cruise 20 years ago or something crazy.
Oh, yeah, Nick Hexum came out and did Jump Right In.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Nick Hexum is 6'3".
Oh. 55 years old.
He's taller than that for sure. He's tall. He's 6'9".
He's listed at, I don't know, his stats say 6'3".
By the way, everybody was looking up his stats.
His fighting height is 6'7".
Well,
Every time I stand
I'll
next to him, I'm
get to that
like,
in a
God, can you stand over there? I look so small next to this guy.
Well, so he hugs Steve Ewing on stage, and Steve is not the tallest man.
Right.
Steve, I think, is maybe a little shorter than us.
Yeah, for sure. But Nick is abnormally tall.
4'11".
I saw
and thin.
Moon, I saw you interviewing him backstage. Like you guys were sitting in those Adirondack chairs, or maybe you were sitting on like a gear. But his legs like went out from that Adirondack. I took a picture of you guys. Like, yeah, his legs were so long, dude.
Look how tall he is. So Nick Hexum's the singer for 311. Look up how tall he is. I saw it at 6'3".
Okay.
Standing next to Steve Ewing, who's maybe my height. It looked like the Big Brothers program. I mean, it was like they hugged and like enveloped Steve.
Right.
The internet says 6'3", but we can't believe the internet anymore, as we know.
Well, I'll tell you what. All the ladies.
Oh no, not just the ladies. I will push back on that about what you're about ready to say.
Okay.
All the ladies loved Nick Hexum.
And so did the men in our box. Because I talked to Dustin Rao, Songs for Soldiers. He was in our box with us. He couldn't get over it. And nor could my husband. I mean, Amelia Rizzuto came walking up to me, goes, he is so hot.
Yeah.
And I go, yeah. Like, I go, do you remember him in the 90s? She's like, no. I go home tonight and look up Nick Hexum in the 90s.
Well, the man, his body is ageless.
Yeah.
Like, he's got the body of a 25-year-old.
That dude has not eaten a carb since 91. There's 0% chance. He hasn't even looked at a donut.
Now, from where we were in our, where our seats were, you can't really see his face. He looks all of in his 50s. His face does.
Oh, Lord.
But he's got the body of like a 25-year-old.
Yeah. And he just kept getting more and more naked as the show went on.
So he started with fully clothed.
Yeah, he had two shirts on. He had like a long sleeve and then a T-shirt.
Well, you got to have things to take off.
Well, he might have well started with it. It was like a slow striptease.
God bless it.
He knows what he's doing. He's no fool.
Oh, I know he's no fool. He
we
came
said
out.
that in the box. Me and Riz were like, it's not hot.
Yeah, it's not hot.
It's very mild and breezy.
How else are you supposed to follow the energy of the urge? There's only one trick left. I mean, nobody wants to follow the urge. Period. It's
Okay,
it's the hardest job to do. So what's he got? Well, he's got
X
his bare.
is what he's got.
He's got his bare chest and
biceps.
abs.
Could you imagine if Steve Ewing would have taken his top off?
Oh.
And then like one-upped
It
Nick
would've been-
Hexum
it would've been
before they went
unfair.
on?
Stop
Holy
it.
crow.
It's hunk rock instead of
Punk rock.
They
That's
should-
right.
Hunk rock indeed.
They should have done that song where he came out both shirtless.
Oh!
And just merch would have just exploded.
It
out.
would just be from the lawn. It would just be a tidal wave
Okay,
all the way to the stage.
So he comes out. So Nick Hexum singing with 311, and he starts off with a jacket. Then the jacket comes off, and then he's
got a
and he's out
t-shirt.
in a t-shirt. Then we got a tank top. When he came out in the tank top, I could hear it. All the ladies go,
No,
Like, I
know what
heard
he's
it.
We're
doing.
getting closer.
I heard it, and
Yeah.
then for the encore,
Oh, Lord. I
so they did two songs encore,
think you're right about that, yeah.
and then he comes out shirtless.
Goodbye. Float trip. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
You guys were in canoes by then. It was like,
I washed up right next to my car in the parking lot and was just like, I guess I'm going home.
While my son was there, and I put my arm around him. I go, you hear that? That's that sizzling sound. That's all all the ladies' panties sizzling. Sizzling off their legs.
I had no idea there's a Facebook group dedicated to the sexiness that is Nick Hexum. It's called like Nick Hexum, and it's just all hot photos and footage of him doing his thing.
How did you find that out?
Well,
Go home and did some Googling?
Well, no. Yesterday I was sharing some stuff on our socials, and I said with pictures of 311, I go, everybody in the Riz Show VIP box was moist.
I have never. First of all, gross. The way you just nonchalantly said that.
I don't care.
I hate that. My wife
It's the truth.
has never, ever gone home and Googled like a band we've seen or a member of a band or shown any interest
Ever.
in any of the music that I'm into.
She looked at him and his healthy body, and she was like,
All of a sudden, she knows everything about Nick Hexum.
yeah. Well, she and I were talking, and I go,
You mean
"Please."
Nick Eugene Hexum? She knows his middle name.
Right, his birthday.
Do you know
Son of Lois and Hector Hexum? So you know his parents' names?
You know he's married to a woman named Nikki?
Yeah. She's Googling her, like, what's up with her?
So it's
start
Nick
comparing.
and Nikki Hexum.
Nick and Nikki Hexum.
You look like Glenn Powell. I kept thinking that
A little
on
bit.
stage. I was like, this looks like Glenn Powell came out to sing with The Urge, or sing with 311. And I was like, that guy's so hot right now.
Glenn,
I thought he was in town for the Twisters
Well,
thing.
you know, my wife got kind of mad at me because, you know, one of our friends, you know, he goes, well, how do you get a body like that? And she goes, well, you know, good eating and, you know, and I go, no, you know what that is?
Money.
That's no stress.
yeah,
That's a stress-free life since the 20s.
that's
Since
time,
his
money,
20s.
and one of the coolest lifestyles ever.
Yeah, I mean, and they're a chill band, you know?
Think about the career of 311,
I'm thinking about it.
okay? Hit big in the 90s.
Hemp necklaces. Yeah.
They hit big in the 90s. So when, you know, first record comes out, 94, 93, 94, they really hit big when their blue record came out with the song Down on it.
Yeah.
Down, all mixed up. So that's 95, 96? They got filthy rich off that. They're still in their 20s.
Yeah.
Everything else is gravy, guys. He's getting his 8 hours a day.
Well,
He's you know, they put out a record, you know, every year or so. They put out what they want to put out. They tour when they want to tour. He's got no worries. He's got no worries.
I think we could have genetics to think a little bit, too. Because the other guy in 311, who had the same chill lifestyle, did not hold up nearly as
What are you
well.
talking about?
I don't think anybody went and looked him up after the show. He kept a three-piece suit on, sweating
He
his
did.
ass off,
He
bald. He looked like he's been through a few divorces and a few things. And I think I think he's just got one of these like Moon said, he's not 6'3", he's like 6'5", minimum. That guy's he's got that like lean, tall guy body that's just like, I feel like his metabolism's burning hot. I'm not saying he hasn't like worked to maintain it, but I think he's got a little bit of genetics on his side too. He's got that Machine Gun Kelly lanky frame. You know what I mean? My buddy Mark's like that. He can eat like 10 blueberry muffins a day, and he just goes to
hate him for
widespread
it.
Panic concerts and dances his little hippie ass off, and he's got like 1% body fat, and he's just always going to.
And I hate him.
Yeah, I hate him tim He's my friend, and I hate him.
I'm trying to go, no, he's got no stress. He's got all the money in the world. He doesn't need to do anything. He can do what he wants.
That's part of it.
How many times has he been married?
Who, Nick Hexum?
Yeah, I bet you once.
Yeah, I bet he's had the love
I
of
bet
his
you
life.
once.
And whenever there's a storm coming, his wife parks the car in the garage.
Yeah,
You don't have
she
to worry
knows
about
what
that.
she's doing.
I bet she's been married once.
Yeah, I mean, he's, yeah.
Once, right?
He got 3 kids.
3. Okay, 3 kids, married once. No ex-wives.
Look up the other
he
guy.
does have money.
9 ex-wives. What's the other guy's name?
S.A.
S.A. what?
He's been married twice.
S.A. Martinez.
Oh, that seems.
He's been
very-
married twice, but he only marries people named Nikki or Nicole because his first marriage was Nicole Scherzinger from the Pussycat Dolls.
Get out of here. Really?
Yeah, that's
No
what it
way.
says. Hey, man,
He was married to her?
back to
She
the internet.
got him?
Back to the internet from 2000 to 2004.
He was married. What?
How'd we miss that?
How'd we miss that?
The internet, man, I'm telling you, it's all over the place. Can't believe a thing you read anymore.
Are you lying about this?
What do you mean? I typed in Nick Hexum marriages, And this is
Well,
what it
where'd you
gave me.
get the one from?
From his Wikipedia page. Doesn't say anything about Nicole Scherzer or whatever her name is.
Man, I don't know what to tell you.
I need some verification on this.
He married his wife Nikki in 2008. So that would make sense with the Nicole Scherzer.
2000 to 2004.
Huh. Can we see some photos of those two together? I'd like to see some hot ass.
Go to the wiki.
But the Wiki, she just said that the Wikipedia page does not mention it.
Well, I don't know what to believe anymore.
Okay, let's see. Let's put their names in the same search. Watch.
Okay, yes, it popped up right away.
And it autofills. Okay. Amber is a song. Blah blah blah. It was
They
inspired.
dated. I don't see that they were married.
Oh, Amber's about Nicole Scherzinger?
Huh.
Engaged for a while, but they broke up in 2004. Never married.
All
Never
right.
married. One marriage.
There you have
Way
it.
to go, Nick.
Doug S.A. Martinez, whose nickname stands for Spooky Apparition. That's what S.A. stands
He's a
for.
ghost.
Okay.
Okay. Learned something new today. Woo!
Married 6 times.
No wonder he's so stressed out. He's a ghost. He's been there for been doing this a long time. He's been trying to get to the afterlife. He's been trying to chill his way into the afterlife for a while.
Sweet.
Someone release this man from his mortal coil.
And they're by the way, that's the same original band since the 90s, which is also crazy.
Yeah,
He got married in 1982.
And they get on.
Essay,
His first marriage in 1982. Told you.
1982?
3 kids with the woman he married in 1982. Got divorced. 3 kids. Early marriage. This guy's been paying alimony his whole career. I'm telling you. And it shows.
Every show is half for him.
Oh yeah,
Hilarious.
if that.
Every show he's got to pay. Every show he gets half a paycheck.
And he reminds all the other band members, they're like, yeah, we made good money
4%.
tonight, boys. He's like, no, you made good money tonight.
They bought
see
new-
Nick over
Kids
there?
are grown. He's not paying it.
My ex made great money tonight.
Yeah.
I signed an alimony agreement in 89 that I can't get out of.
the rest of the band has Ferraris, and he's got like a brand new Ford Escort or something.
Yeah. In all honesty, though, I played with them 100 times in different eras, and every era that I've ever seen, they all look like they're getting along. That like they get on. They're on the same.
Because they're a chill band. That's why Nick Hexum looks like
funny.
how he looks.
They're on the
no
same
stress.
bus.
I'm telling. On the same bus, they like each other.
It's funny because there was a Reddit thread about them not. South 311 in St. Louis. It seems like S.A. and Nick Hexum don't care for each other. And I think
From Saturday night.
From one show, you saw.
yeah, that's what I thought too when I read it.
I think their relationship may be more complex.
I didn't pick that up.
Me
Where'd they
neither.
pick
I was
that
just
up
like,
from?
as people just make up stories in their head, man. And everyone on the Reddit thread was like, yeah, man, they give each other space on stage, but they've always, one guy's like running around rapping in a 3-piece suit, and the other guy, like,
What do you want them to do? Make out?
I guess because they didn't stand next to each other. And I'm
What?
like, people,
I didn't get that. I didn't get that. I never
Dude,
thought that
people
for a second.
love just making
Reading
up
into
stories.
everything.
Yeah.
And maybe they're right. Who knows? Who knows? And who cares?
I didn't get that vibe at all.
But everything that I've seen backstage and everywhere else, it's like, typically you can see some tension in a band. And it's usually, the first sign is multiple buses or multiple vans. You know what I mean?
I
And like,
just don't know how you could have been at that show with everyone having a good time, and you're the person in the audience who's such a negative person that's like, I don't know. Seems like a lot of hate going on stage. I'm like, the guy was like peeling off layer at a time. It seemed like everyone was having a blast. They were enjoying themselves.
Oh man, and they.
It just goes to show you that no matter how good of a time everyone's having at a party, there will be one person that's like, I'm going to make this negative.
Yeah.
Oh, we
I'm
found
going
him.
to take to Reddit to talk about it.
Oh, I don't know. I was checking our email. I don't know how many thank yous and
100%.
what a great show. And I tell you what,
Yeah.
311 Setlist, they ran the gamut from stuff from the first record. Dude, they played Feel So Good.
and they change up the set as well. Like,
Omaha Styley they played. I mean, my God.
it's a really well rehearsed band, and they've been doing something similar like the drum things and all that for a number of years now. But I was doing these special like gear interviews with Tim and with Nick, and was going through with their techs like every single one of their guitars. And one of the interviews, and then both of the interviews, got pushed back because they went back into the bus to change the set. They wanted to change the set list.
Nice.
So they change it depending on how they're feeling that day. And they had done a short run of like 5 or 6 shows right before this, and every one of them was slightly different.
Well, I tell you what, it was excellent. They played the songs I wanted to hear. I was not disappointed. They played all the hits.
They had a feedback issue with their microphone. I'll give them that. That was the one thing where I kept what happened like 3 different times, 3 different songs. I was like, get your crap together.
I didn't even hear that. I'll be honest with you.
I did.
And then, Nick Hexum comes out for the encore with a shirt off unnecessarily. There's no reason for that.
That's great.
You did come over and whisper to me, though. I finally get what zaddy means.
Yeah, man. Finally. I'm happy that he was the one to make you realize who his daddy is.
I'm glad we could get there.
They had a mop up after that show. That's crazy.
You were slow dancing with your wife to love song. It was very cute.
I was. I had a nice time.
311 even united you with your son, dude. I saw a moment where your son came to you and put his arm around you, and I was like, "Whoa, dude, 311's bringing families together tonight."
Well, you make it seem like we weren't together.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, you don't see a teenage kid, like, walk up to his dad and put his arm around him and be like...
I could tell there was a rift between you two, just like S.A. and Nick.
Yeah, it seemed like you don't really like each other.
Riz and his son, wow.
Yeah, one's on the keto and the other...
Well, I'll tell you what. He was on my my list after the incident at the dunk tank.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That kid.
I heard about this.
That kid. By the way, yes, the 5 of us took to the Hot Shots dunk tank and raised quite a bit of money for Wonderland Camp, which... Thank you for coming and throwing your balls at us because, we raised... about $3,200, if not a little more.
That's great.
For Wonderland Camp. So $20 for 3 balls to throw at us, sitting in the dunk tank. Lern went first, and we had learned that they'd filled the tank the day before. Then the storm rolled through, so you had some good storm water in there.
Yeah, and ice, from what I hear.
Yeah, they said that they put a bag of ice in there right before.
Oh.
Felt like it.
Jay Boyd better watch it.
It did feel like it, for
Hot
sure.
Shots.
Yeah, our buddy Jay Boyd from Hot Shots was the the man in charge, and he loved every second.
Oh, it was
He really
cold.
did.
It was in the shade, too. Like, when we arrived to PointFest early, it was in the shade. And I told Matthew Chambers, our promotions guy, I was like, what are we doing? This thing needs to be in the blazing sun.
Do you
Like, I
care
can't move
nothing
it.
for
No,
us?
it was under a tree.
Yeah.
This is how much thought went into it. Where's the hose? Oh, it's right here. This is where we're putting it. That's literally what our promotions manager told me. He goes, I called him, and he goes, where can we put the dunk tank that's prominent? And he goes, they said the grounds guy goes, probably right by the spigot in the hose. There's only one. And he goes, okay, I guess that's where we're putting it.
Yeah, I guess in the entire venue, that's the one place they could.
They only have one
put it.
spigot there.
Well, I walked over with Lern to watch her get in, and there was like a sheen on top. It was a weird sheen on top of the water.
Looks like saran wrap.
Yeah. And, kudos to you. And a lot of women, came up to me and said, hey, kudos to Lern for getting up there first. Not only that, but getting in the bathing suit and putting yourself out there.
Yeah, it was fun. It was like, so I got up there, first guy that stepped up, the first ball I went in. So it was I didn't even have the first throw. This dude just, and I go, oh God.
First ball.
And then, I
think I yelled at it works.
Terrible. But here's the thing. It was funny. I had a couple of things that were interesting. So that happened. And then, people were still kind of trickling in. So I had that. Like, you guys were later in the day when it was full. People were arrived at PointFest. But I still had, a lot of people were going over to the side stage to see bands. They just got there. They maybe hadn't figured out where the dunk tank was yet. So I didn't have a lot of people that knew, which was my benefit. So I didn't have that many. But all of a sudden, there were just, random men that weren't throwing balls, but just had their phones out and were just, filming the entire thing.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yes. And I was like, here it is.
I guess maybe you were ultra sensitive to it.
No, I was. I mean, that's fine. I
was trying to. I was protecting that button so nobody ran over and hit it.
Yeah, and there was a guy that one of the chefs from the amphitheater came over, and I was holding on to the side of the cage because you would slide in off of that little butt board. And he came running up and did it, and I held myself up because I'm like, no.
Yeah, no cheating.
No cheating. We're not doing this.
We're not doing this. I thought we had a thing.
We had a pact. Yeah.
We did.
Well, somebody broke the pact.
Who broke the pact?
Oh, it would have to be somebody that couldn't hit it with the ball, I would assume.
Ow.
I did throw balls at Rafe.
Rafe,
No.
What's up?
you hit the button, huh?
Thought you was a ball player.
I thought we had a deal that when one of us was in the tank,
All that college ball talk.
we wouldn't hit the button.
Yes, my loads of college ball talk. We all know me, roaming the hallways, talking college ball. We had a pact, and, I broke it.
You did.
He wanted to see you win.
I don't really know how else to...
No excuses. At least you own it.
I broke it. I did what I felt was right in the moment.
It was wrong. It was wrong. So Lern, you did your 30 minutes like a champ.
It was good. And you're very supportive. And Rafe got there at that time, too. You both were very supportive of me, and I appreciate that.
And that first time you hit the water, it's a shock. It is a shock to the system.
It is.
I wanted to see what we were in for, too.
Yeah.
It is.
Also, thanks to our boss, Tommy, for the fireball shots. And to you, Riz. You bought me one. You did one with me, which I was like, holy crow. I was not expecting
Let's
that at
go.
all.
Well, I was like, let's go.
That was very nice.
Yeah, we went over to the beverage center.
A little shot of courage.
A little
and
shot of courage for both of us.
Yeah.
And we walked over, and I put my hand in the tank, and I went, oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So, you get out, and you're immediately full of goosebumps.
I know.
Like, oh. But after a while, you got used to it.
Got used to it, yeah. The sun actually came down. It was great.
So Lern went, then Moon ran over in his wetsuit. He went.
You're darn right. Short sleeve and short.
Did that help? With
I would think so. Not the first time, but like the point of a wetsuit, like a proper wetsuit, is supposed to take the water that then goes in, and it like kind of seals a little layer of water in, and your body heat warms that, and then that's supposed to warm
Right.
you up.
I see.
It's insulation.
If it did, then I feel awful for you guys because I was freezing. My nipples could cut glass.
I got used to it.
I did not
Well,
get used to
I
it.
want to get to that, too.
It's because of the gosh dang breeze,
How
man.
many times do you think you went in, Lern?
Like under 10.
Moon?
I would say 8, probably.
I'm going to get to why I think you got used to it, because that's what I went anticipating. I don't know. I wasn't there for King Scott. I'm curious to hear his answer, too.
I went in about 25 times.
Yeah. Mine was around, I think, 12, maybe.
I went in.
I literally think I went in 40 times. It was insane.
There was that one guy who probably
I think he worked for Yafo Towing. This guy had a vendetta.
he had $200. This guy kept going back to kill Rafe. Yes.
Wow.
I have who raised the most money.
That's great.
who.
How are we supposed to decipher this total though? Because do people come to dunk us because they love us or because they hate us?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man.
Why do people dunk us so
Let's
much?
make that determination after we find out who.
I don't know.
They love us or hate us.
So I went after Scott.
Yeah.
You went after Scott. Why would you do such a thing?
It was smart.
Well, the first time I got in, first time I got dunked in the booth, I came out and there was a giant red hair
Oh.
out of my mouth. Because I went, I did made that,
What is that?
and I just pulled this.
Spaghetti noodle?
The sad thing is
Oh,
I
my
just shaved
God.
my head that morning. So it's just body hair that you got.
Oh, it was a pube?
Yeah,
Did it taste like coconut oil? That's what he always
Yeah,
says.
and I was heckling too. I was heckling everybody.
Yeah, me too.
I was getting them angry. And then all of a sudden I see somebody bought 3 balls for my son. Mm-hmm. And I go, all right, boy, let's see what you got.
Yeah.
First throw, boom, in the water.
Nice.
Way to
First
go.
throw. I'm like, okay, a little proud. A little proud. They reset the board. Still got two to go. Second throw, boom, right in.
No.
2 in a row.
This kid's an
No
athlete.
wonder you got used to it.
2 in a row. He missed the third.
Thank goodness.
Thank God.
Man.
Thank God. But the one key was to make sure you sit forward on it. Yeah.
Remember I
Yeah,
told you that?
I was giving that tip early on.
I was nervous about hitting my head or anything.
I was not paying attention, and somebody threw a ball, and I went in. And in fact, Rafe, I think, was taking a picture
I was.
mid
Mid-hit.
We were talking. We were just talking. He's to the side of the cage, and I'm chatting with him. So I guess it was go time.
Eyes up, dude. If you're on the board, eyes up. It's game on.
Yeah, it was a bad move on my part.
They had just reset the board, and no, that's on the guy that was handing the balls to the contestants.
That is true. He has to take a little bit of ownership.
Look, I just got back up on the board.
Listen, man. If you're in the batter's box, I'm throwing a pitch.
Okay, well, I wasn't set, and the thing went down, and
he had 1 foot out of the box.
My back scraped.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Like so, the board went down, and my back scraped the entire board going down.
Oh, that's my fear.
I got one.
Oh
Yeah,
God,
right?
Yeah.
it's fine.
I got a bruise at the top of my ass crack that's like about that big. Same thing.
And your foot, right? You're telling Tim and I about your feet.
Yeah, it's just like, did that happen to you guys? The dunk tank was so small, round, that when I would go in with such force that my feet would come forward and my toes would hit the front of the
Yeah, I
thing.
have one toe that's still
I
sore.
like jammed my big toe.
And I'm wearing shoes. I was wearing shoes.
You were? I should have.
Yeah,
That was a
man.
mistake on my part.
Hey, I just want to also say quickly, thank you guys for hanging out with me.
Yeah, no.
Buddy, I was
Even the
getting
promotion
showered.
team left. I was like,
What?
what's going on? I'm just,
So I had to do stage
Yeah,
intros.
we're well represented on social media there with the dunk tank.
I was like, oh, they just walked away. As soon as I get in here, you see everyone leave. I'm like, well, that's fun.
Yeah, it was super tight.
Sorry.
It's great.
Sorry.
I had
Feels
to take
good to
my
be loved.
Made up for
Jeff-
it with your 30 pictures with every band of the PointFest.
Oh, Scotty.
We all got our moments.
Buddy, I was during Moon. I was doing my Jeff Burton Backstage at PointFest memorial shower, which was excellent.
How was that?
It was great.
First time back there, right?
First time back there. Just it was fine. It was very clean. Tons of women kept walking in as I'm in a towel
Oh,
getting
nice.
ready.
that's the best.
Met a lot of people.
They did redo the bathrooms back there.
Yeah, it was great.
They're pretty nice now.
Yeah, my friend Matt's wife Kim. She goes, "There's some woman in the back there, like talking to a camera, gussying herself up. Like, what a weirdo!"
What a weirdo.
And then
That's
you come walking
hilarious.
out and go, "Oh, there, yeah,
Makes
It's me.
That's Lern." So
You did come out like as fresh as ever. You
Oh,
were just
yeah.
like, "Pff, I'm ready. And I was like, oh man, you officially look the nicest of anyone in the entire
good.
freaking
Yeah, you
festival.
look
Yeah.
fresh.
You were ready for
Yeah, I
it.
was
good.
not. I took a look at the showers, those crew showers, and I'm like, nope.
Yeah, I don't think the guys. I think they did a better job on the girls than they did on the guys.
Did you take a shower after you did dunk tank?
No, you know what? I had that hat, and I was like, you know what? Screw it, dude.
But you look nice too then. I thought
Thanks.
you did. I thought you showered.
I had interview, dunk, interview, so I had like no time to waste.
Oh no, I didn't want athlete's foot.
No.
That was
I had
screaming
flip-flops on.
athlete's
Oh, boy.
foot.
I put a towel down. I took one in the crew. I had to, man. By the time I went in, I felt,
Oh, I didn't feel great.
Yeah, water's probably pretty nasty by the time you.
But somebody bought Rafe some balls to throw at me, and he missed all three, and then walked over and hit the thing.
Oh, and that's where that came in.
in my
Okay.
defense, the person who bought it said, if you put him in the water, I'll donate an extra $100. And I said, he'll get in the water. And then
Well, I got
missed
in the
all
water.
3 times, and I had to put you in, bud.
And then it was Rafe's turn, and somebody bought my son 3 balls to throw at Rafe,
And this was uncalled for, by the way, what you're about to say.
and I was the first person to put Rafe in the water because I went and pressed a button.
Okay.
You did? You
That's
cheated too?
hilarious.
But
I
dude,
didn't
he
cheat.
cheated at the beginning of my shift. I was watching this was a 2-band grift. This was a father-son grift.
Wow.
I'm last. The water at this point is not clear anymore. It is a very, it looked like when you boil hot dogs.
Yeah, it had like a white tint to it.
Yeah, it had a sheen. It had like a white, creamy color at this point.
Oh, God.
All of you had been in there. The Hot Shots girls, not to mention every guy walking up while Lern was in the tank, kept putting their hand in the tank to feel the water temperature.
yeah.
I'm like, dude, get your grubby hands out of the water.
Well, after
It's
Lern was in,
already
just so you
enough.
know, after Lern was in the water,
They were licking
there
their fingers.
There were a couple of guys that
They had
actually took
ladles.
samples.
Yeah.
They were drinking
Filling
it.
the Learn water on OnlyFans.
If anybody,
Yeah, I saw the guy go, oh, is that water cold?
it tastes like
straws
deodorant.
everywhere.
Yeah, no guy bottled it and they're selling it on OnlyFans.
His hot dog tastes vegan.
Ugh.
That was liquefied deodorant, like 7 different types of deodorant,
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
sure in there.
And the thing that pissed me off is I'm heckling. So his son's Sam gets up there and I'm like talking trash and I'm mid-sentence. I'm at the end of a sentence where I'm taking a breath to talk the next. and he snuck around the corner. He didn't I threw the balls. I walked up to the thing. I hit it. He saw it coming. He did a sneak attack, dude.
I did.
You 9/11'd me.
I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would.
It was almost
compare
as
it to 9/11.
Yeah, I think it was almost
a
as
9/11
egregious.
incident, but
Well, it's 1 degree off.
Cheating
Came
is
around the
cheating.
corner.
I do not condone.
He did it to me, so
I
it
do not
was-
condone either of your
Well, I knew it was coming, but
buffoonery.
he hit it first, and the very first thing that happened, minute 1 of a 30-minute shift, is I swallowed 3 ladles of your guys' butt soup,
Ew.
and I wanted to puke.
That's the best time to do it. The last.
I went in, I did not see it coming, was talking trash, and that thing, when that bottom drops out of that thing, it is alarming the first time it happens.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot more.
it's alarming every time.
It is, but it's a lot quicker than you think it's going to be.
So much faster, dude. Gravity is a power that you're
Yeah,
not.
and
you're
I
just
was not
respecting.
ready. Yes, I did not respect the gravity, and I took I inhaled you guys' ass soup, and I was just like, I'm talking like it's in my bloodstream now. I got all the hepatitis, all 3.
We all got baptized of each other. You know what I mean?
Baptized in our juices.
Yeah.
And all I was thinking was like, when's the last time? Your wetsuit, dude? I'm like, who knows how many times you've had that thing on? Do you wash wetsuits, or do you just let them dry? I don't know how that works.
The wetsuit.
I started thinking about King Scott. I go, do you wear underwear? And he goes, nah.
Well, what would that matter?
I don't know. I wanted more layers.
I turned it inside out and I hung it up in the Urge's dressing room.
You did.
Yeah, and I was like, guys, can I hang this up here? It's got to go somewhere.
Oh yeah, I didn't get my towel. I forgot about
Oh
that.
crud! I got your towel. It's in the Urge's dressing room.
Oh well, that's gone. That gone.
I think somebody grabbed it for me though. Somebody said they had some of my
That's all
stuff.
good.
I'm very very sorry.
That's okay.
Thank you for the towel, by the way.
You're
Yeah, you didn't
welcome.
even bring a towel with you.
Well, I thought
I bought a full bag of like.
I thought
for some reason my brain
Hot
was like
Shots would
they're
have
gonna
some-
have towels there for us, so I didn't bring it.
Yeah,
I'm
I thought
we're
Hot Shots
walking
was gonna
around
have
the
some-
amphitheater and we have a ton of things going on. So I'm like, I'm sure they're gonna make
I had
it
a whole
easy
beach
for us.
bag.
No, don't assume anything. I
Well-
bought a robe.
I brought a sarong.
I had a robe. I had a.
You guys went above and
I
beyond.
brought the SPF.
What's this?
A
What's
sarong
this?
is a little thing you tie. It looks
Oh.
nice with a bathing suit.
Yeah, I had a
Cool word.
bathrobe. I had like everything. I
I
was
didn't
ready
even
to
bring
roll.
shoes.
I had flip flops.
Yeah, I had flippy floppies.
No, I can't do that.
I was not fully prepared.
Well,
But I will tell you this, what followed your little sneak attack dunk was what I assume were professional baseball pitchers who had been waiting all afternoon. Everyone I've ever insulted in the in memoriam showed up to this event, I think, because there's one guy in a Rolling Stones. I don't know who this guy was, but he is my mortal enemy.
You found a nemesis?
This dude had to blow $700 or $800, just like. And he told me after, I go, hey man, what did I do to you? You got me. You got me. He had 3 throws. He got me on 2 of 3 throws. Like as soon as I got on, I'm down again.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this guy. And he told me afterward he's a professional dart player.
oh God.
And he's like, yeah, I was a little drunk, or I'd have gotten you all 3. And I'm like,
Oh.
why are you doing this to me, man?
Was he throwing it like this?
No, he was putting some stank on it. That's what I thought too. I go, well, you weren't throwing it like darts. You were throwing it like you had a vendetta against me. You hit the cage a couple
I
times.
didn't realize
Yeah.
there was
Well-
a crossover skill there.
Some of you people clearly did not have catches with your fathers when you were younger. Because,
And
my
that's
God.
Kind of
true.
embarrassing.
First ball,
Which you
first
know
time
what?
throwing, huh? Are you throwing with your non-dominant hand? Oh no. Oh. Oh.
I assume this guy worked for Yafo Towing or something. There's somebody had a vendetta.
Yeah, Phil.
Yeah, he Yafo'd me, dude. He Yafo'd me right into the water like 36 times. I just felt like I was going in the water almost every person got me. I feel
Well,
like.
Funny.
I will tell you who won. So,
I did moon the audience, by the way.
what do you think the order was?
I think I was last.
Then I was second to last.
I was third.
I think I think Lern was kind of right. Like we were earlier in the day, so people were coming in and going straight to the stage.
Who do you think raised the most money?
I think Rafe did because I was there for that one. Like, that's the only other one that Tim and I were over there for. And you just were getting hammered.
Because
I mean,
I was in at third, and I was over there at the sheet metals worker tent, and people were coming up to me like, "Hey, where's the dunk booths?" So they're still trying to figure out where they were at that point.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I think it's going to be you. But I think it's going to be close. I feel like a lot of people threw at you.
oh, get the drums going.
Ooh, I'm nervous.
Are you going to do last to first? I think
How do you
should.
want it?
Let's do last to first.
okay, last to first. Okay.
Man, the drummer got nervous. There we go.
Here we go.
There we go.
He had to start. Well, listen, we had to tell him. We had to tell him what we're gonna do.
Right.
Okay. And now we are ready.
There we go. Okay.
Take your sticks.
So raising the least amount of money, which is still not a bad thing. We still money raised all for the Wonderland camp. And by the way, thanks to Hot Shots.
Yeah.
Stop taking this man's sticks. Use your sticks.
Thanks to Hot Shots for helping us. And by the way, the reason we were in the dunk tank, this was the fulfillment of the Pick'em Challenge punishment.
Right.
This is something the fast lane guys.
They weren't even there to represent.
Weren't
Not a
there.
single person.
Yeah.
showed
Not
up.
even a fast laner there.
We didn't even have to do it, really.
Just let the listeners know we didn't volunteer to do this. We're not raising money on behalf of our kindness. We did it because we were being punished.
And by the way, we love Hot Shots, and I'm afraid that this was such a success, they're going to want this every year.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
They've already said.
Well, then you guys do it.
When I got out, they're like, "This is great. We raised so much money. Like, we have to do this every year."
Oh, my Lord.
And I was like,
Cool. Yeah.
"No, I just drank so much ass water, brother. Like,
This is the gateway dunk to us being in, like, wing sauce. You know what I mean? Like, they'll be filling up a tub.
Oh, yeah, we're going to fill it up with Hot Shots wing sauce next time.
I'm dreaming about the Rolling Stones shirt guy that was just went 30 times and kept putting me in. I couldn't even talk trash. He was putting me in so quickly
We're like in the middle of a
that
recession.
I'm like thinking of a heckle, and I'd be like, "Oh, look at this," and I'm just eating water. Like I couldn't even get like a full insult out before I was just swallowing butt soup. Where I was just like, I should just stay in here.
And I think your enemies put you ahead of everybody else.
Also,
Riz is probably second.
Before we get to this, also, there was a little window in the dunk tank, so you could see, like, when we went down. And, like, I had a woman come up to me, and she's like, "Hey, do you see how big your ass was from that window?" And I go, What are we talking about right now?" "Yeah, your big dump trunk ass. Like, it looked huge, man." And I'm like, "Can we just enjoy the show?" I'm like, I don't need to be...
That was
You're
the
like, it's
show.
the water. Water makes stuff look bigger. It's
I can't help
refracting.
it. It's magnified.
I was giving people.
Wow,
I was
what a horrible thing.
That's what I thought.
Hey.
And she was very
They
sweet.
said the same thing about my,
And also, no,
your
I
dong?
wasn't. I couldn't see because I was in the dunk tank, so I could not see my own ass
Yeah.
from your perspective. And okay,
Yeah, that's a very pointed thing to say. Hey, did you see it? How would I have saw it? Oh, I took video.
Yeah.
Nothing like
Someone took
ladies
video of my
lifting up
ass
ladies,
crack and
huh?
sent it to me.
ladies supporting ladies.
Ladies
My ass
supporting
is
ladies.
huge. Thank you.
I mooned the audience and then sat back down, and a lady took a picture of my ass from behind and was like
You can go home.
sending pictures of my own ass to me.
I told
Oh, I
Tim,
saw that. Your ass crack?
Yeah.
I took your ass came out, and I go, "Well, there's Rafe's ass again. Seen it now. I have seen your ass twice."
Hey, I'm trying to bring the moon back, dude. I figured what better place.
I had a bathing suit. I cinched that thing up so tight. I was like, I want no.
Oh, I stood
want
up and mooned the audience.
I want no ass crack shots out there.
My big ass, because of when you go down and it slingshots, your bathing suit up into your crack. So whenever I was trying to climb out of that freaking thing, I mean, everybody could see. I mean, it was like, boop, like wedgied up, So my ass was out too. I wasn't trying to have it out,
A lot of
but it
boys
was there.
became men that day.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it's great. Thank you.
Oh, Dirk's still here. I
right,
told
here we
Dirk
go.
the drummer he could go home.
In fifth place with a total of $350 raised, King Scott. Congratulations, King
Nice.
Scott.
It's good to be the bottom.
Feels good to be the king.
In fourth place with a total of $500 raised. Congratulations, Lern.
Thank you.
Lern in fourth place.
That's $850 already. I think.
With a total of $540 raised. Congratulations in third place to Moon.
Moon in the middle.
Moon in the middle. So it comes down to
This is starting to feel like the most liked to the least liked.
me and Rafe.
Yeah.
Winner, $800 raised. Runner-up, $740 raised.
Close.
That's a three-person difference. Your winner in the 2025 PointFest Dunk Booth Champion
Of the year.
I love it.
of the millennium is
International dunk.
International Dunk Booth Champion.
your hero, Scott Rizzuto.
Oh, what I thought Rolling Stones was going to put him over.
No.
Congrats, Ben.
That's great.
No.
That's pretty tough.
Now, I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. Honestly,
Stone Shirt guy was $700 out of the $740. That guy was on a mission.
but it was fun. Honestly, I left the tank. I was nervous before getting in it, and after I said that was pretty fun. It was fun heckling you guys and
Yeah, it was fun.
giving you guys problems, and it was for a good cause. So
Everybody
Thanks
was
for-
sweet too.
everybody was very
even the
sweet.
people
Well, you
that
know
put you in would come give you a fist bump
Right, exactly.
afterwards.
What
Everybody
was
was sweet.
The total that we like, because that means that some people just donated and didn't dunk. Because what you just, those numbers.
well, 350 is the one that's off.
Okay.
Off what?
Not divisible of 20.
Oh,
I see.
Maybe they just said, here's
A little more.
a 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw some folks walking over and they would just give them money. Like, I don't want to throw anything. They just
Right.
Hey, and don't forget, they also people were dunking the Hot Shots girls for $10.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
there's-
right.
there's
That's
even
where
more
the-
money.
Well, there was only one Hot Shots girl, Ashley.
She was very
Oh,
sweet.
no way. She did it every time?
Yeah,
Yes.
because I guess the
Oh,
other
what a
one no
champ.
showed.
What? Oh, dude, are you
They're supposed to work
fired?
at shifts. And I've known Ashley for a long, long time. She's been at Hot Shots for a long time, and
Dude, what a champ.
what a champ!
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
She's the
Zero
best.
body fat, too. She was freezing.
Yeah, she was. She's awesome. So she was the champion. She was in when every time we left,
She's
she
back
got
there?
it.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
She got back.
What
up,
a champion.
That's awesome. So again, thanks for Saturday was amazing. From start to finish, and I was in a terrible mood yesterday and sore.
I was sore too. Like, what was that about?
Just walking and standing.
I guess.
Walking, standing. I was in a bad mood all day for some reason. I don't know what it was. Maybe a dopamine dump.
Oh, perhaps.
Yeah.
I mean, Saturday was pretty flawless, other than the dunking.
Even then, Duncan was fine. Even then, I was like, okay, it's fine.
Yeah, it was hard to be mad at this. This PointFest specifically, the weather matched the vibe, and I appreciated that because it was kind of a chill band vibe. It was 311. It was the Urge. It was like Ludo was having so much fun closing the side stage, and I was just like, these are just fun bands, good vibe,
Yeah.
good mood.
Nothing too aggro.
Nothing too aggro, and it felt like the weather accommodated that. It felt like 311 vibes. It felt like if you were going to create a weather day to match the vibe of the music you were listening to, it matched up.
Yeah, it really did.
Felt like California.
Yeah.
There really was no aggression as far as bands go. They were chill. Even Oxymorons, they were, a little heavier, but
Yeah, it's a lot
excellent.
It's a lot of energy.
It was
Yeah,
perfect outdoor band.
Speaking of heavier, Toadies is one of the tightest bands that you will see, and they are ever so slightly heavier than you ever anticipate them to be.
Yeah.
And I've seen that review all over the place, and that's exactly how it was. That's the first time I've been able to listen to
really?
Toadies. And the guitars are, just the
So
whole thing is
good,
just like,
right?
dang, dude.
And those guys look like, after they get done playing music, they're CPAs.
Exactly, yeah.
But
Like
in the
they're-
but in the right way, in a rock and
Like
roll
cool
way.
CPA. Cool CPA. You want your
Yeah.
taxes done the rock and roll way? Here we
Yeah,
go.
a
And that's
CPA
one of the rare bands that you can see them in a club or you can see them in an outdoor amphitheater like that, and every time it's still incredible. A lot of bands, it's either one way or the other, but they nail it both ways.
It's a cool band.
Yeah.
It was one of those bands where, about 3 songs in, you go, dang, I want to be in that band.
Yeah. All right, listen, again, thanks for coming out. We'll do it again next year. Maybe us not in the dunk tank. Maybe we'll convince the fast lane guys to do it. I don't know. But now we're going to do this. And that is brought to us by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, the official sports bar of the Riz Show and the Dunk Tank, and home to St. Louis sports fans since 1990. From Troy, Missouri, Michael Mayer is our team member today. Once Michael turned the show on 7 years ago, he's not been able to not listen. What he misses in the mornings after he arrives at work, he will go back to the podcast and catch up. Michael enjoys the points of view from everyone, even if he identifies with me the most. Always a great way to start the day. Michael is a Rizvangelist, a St. Louis sports fan, and loves spending time with his family. Michael Mayer from Troy, Missouri is our Team Riz Member of the Day. Get super sweet Team Riz Member of the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Riz. All right, Lern, what do you got?
What the actual foo? This band is over, says its hot guitarist. Bruce goes country, Tom will never quit, and best prom scenes in movies.
All right, we got that. We got your crappy birthdays. We got the porno birthday. All that and more next in your Crap on Celebrity. Stay there. Welcome back to the program. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Coleman's Campers text line, 314-649-DUMB. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Riz. The socials at RIZZ Show. Your emails, RizShow 1057thepoint.com. Sex time fun facts coming up. Rafe on relationships. What do we got today?
Dude, I got an update from a previous story that we all chimed in on, and it's juicy.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Got an update from, I don't know if you guys remember the old story about the, I think it might have been a pilot, lady telling her friend that, hey, this guy's, I've reached out to the woman online. He's in this Facebook. Are we dating the same guy?
Oh, yeah.
Deny. I got a pretty juicy update.
Oh, good. Hey, you guys see the video making the rounds this weekend of the Mexican Navy ship hitting the Brooklyn Bridge?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah, pretty wild. And there's all sorts of like conspiracy theories about it too.
Oh, well, they got I mean, they've come out with the reason how it happened, like why it happened.
It was the same thing as the that freighter or whatever.
It was never supposed to go under the bridge in the first place.
But yeah, lost power.
Lost power and
Right.
it drifted.
Yeah, another one of those. Right. The thing that I keep seeing is they're like, zoom in. There's hundreds of guys across each mast or whatever.
Because it was they were doing like a show.
But there weren't, right? Were those actually like 600 guys up on the things?
Yeah, they were Navy, Mexican Navy dudes.
Yeah, according to my wife, the reason they were up there is because you stand at the top of the mast, so whenever you come in, it looks like a peaceful thing instead of having cannons aimed towards.
But if those cats were all up there and that would have happened, hundreds would be dead.
They were hanging on.
They were dangling.
So that's real.
Oh, that's real.
But
Yeah.
one said that mass casualty, like 600 people dead, and then the next one said 12.
Two.
Oh, okay.
2 crew members and 20 others hurt. Half of those critically.
Good God. And they were up on that thing.
Yes. So, Mexican Navy ship hits the Brooklyn Bridge Saturday, killing 2 crew members, injuring over 20 others. Did you guys see the video of it?
No.
Oh, boy.
And listen, I know it had some speed, but if they lost power and they're going in a direction towards a bridge that they
Wouldn't
cannot
they say
clear,
get down?
Yeah, when they say, "Hey guys, let's stop the exercise."
But what I think, it happened so quickly that they couldn't get down. I don't know. Here are the witnesses talking about it.
Like, we saw clearly that the mast was too high, and we saw people unfortunately dangling. There were people on the mast, like there were people like all standing on the mast. They were like holding lights. Obviously, when the mast got hit, there were people dangling, and I think at least 1 or 2 people we saw like fall down.
The captain that was maneuvering the ship lost, power of the ship and the current.
This is the NYPD chief of special operations talking.
Mechanical function caused the ship to go right into the pillar of the bridge, hitting the mast of the ship where there was a couple of sailors on top of it. These sailors were injured as a result of the mast striking the bridge.
Yeah, 277 crew members on board. The ship was built in 1982, but in the style of ships from the 1930s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it felt, when I read Mexican Navy ship, I pictured like a warship.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I saw it, I'm like, this looks like something from Vegas, like a Vegas show or something.
Yeah.
There were like people dancing on the masts. I couldn't figure out what was
They were
going
holding
on.
lanterns. It was
Yeah, it looks cool.
Oh my Lord.
It was supposed to be like a show.
and this is the Dumbo side too, right? Like this is
Yeah.
so there's like a whole what do you call it? Like a walkway here and a ton of people. It was going right for.
You can see people falling off of that thing into the water.
I hate that.
Officials say the underside of the bridge got banged up and none of the damages are structural. So again, it lost power just like the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore a year ago.
That's the one, the Baltimore one.
Right.
Yeah, that was a wild one.
Every time I go over the JB Bridge and they got those barges there, like right by South County, I always think about that. Like since the Baltimore incident, I'm like, oh man, I don't want to be driving on this bridge, and all of a sudden a barge hits this freaking thing.
I would go across the Brooklyn Bridge, quite often when I lived back east, and there were always, as a kid, you hear about when they were building that thing, people fell into, like, the workers fell into the concrete.
Sure.
Yeah.
Into the hole.
And they couldn't do anything about it. Like when they were pouring the footings for the bridge.
Wow.
Like workers were falling in.
Same with
and you can't stop, so they just cover it up. They live in the bridge forever.
Yeah.
Ooh.
There's a verse in The Highwaymen about that. Waylon's verse is about falling into a dam. That happened all the time when they built the Hoover Dam.
Well, the Hoover Dam I heard about.
Yeah, there's like hundreds.
A lot of those dam builders from back in the day.
Watch your
If you
language.
slipped and you fell into wet concrete, how are they going to get you out anyway?
Oh, and there's tons going
You
in.
just
They're not gonna
sink
stop.
you sink into
You're underwater with the concrete? How's that? What are we talking? The footing.
poured concrete where it's
Yeah.
still wet and not dried, like wet cement.
Right.
It's liquid. It's like quicksand, and guys would slip and fall in and
As they're
disappear into the
pouring it.
as they're pouring it, like disappear into the
What a terrible way to die.
sink into
Right?
the mud, and that's where you live forever. You're
And
like
you're there
entombed
forever.
in concrete.
I mean, it would freak me out as a kid. I don't know how many people that actually happened to. In my mind, it was like hundreds.
New fear unlocked. Won't be going by any construction
And it could be
sites.
it could be 3 people. I have no idea, but I would
swear,
go across the
Well,
bridge.
it's like the Golden Gate, and I think another one of the big dam builds as well. But people would wait for someone to fall, and then they could get the job. So they had people waiting for a job because people kept falling.
next
and-
man up.
Yeah,
Wow.
It's also a lot of speculation.
You guys know
of
a lot about bridge making.
we love bridges.
Yeah, kind of a bridge boy crew.
Well,
The Bridge
Bridge
Boys.
Boys.
the week after Shark Week is Bridge Week.
Yeah, Bridge Boys
right.
with the
Yeah.
Bridge Boys.
The Oak Bridge Boys.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
Your product is fully addictive when you're the one telling people, all right, guys, that's enough.
No more kisses.
So TikTok announced a new feature that's going to prompt teenagers to stop scrolling and start meditating instead.
Good luck with that.
So
Some will be into it.
if your kid is on TikTok after 10 p.m., they'll see an alert in their For You feed that offers guided meditation to help them fall asleep.
Cool. I welcome this.
Then if they keep scrolling, they'll get hit with a second prompt that fills the whole screen.
I need to be meditating more. We all do. We all need to be just sitting in silence.
I need to be a little more mindful.
Okay.
I need to chill out a little bit. I get it. Maybe I'll get that Nick Hexum body that I've been dreaming about.
Your wife's thinking about today when she wakes up.
Yeah, wear this Nick Hexum mask. What if she tells me to wear a Nick Hexum mask to bed?
Just
She's like,
go with
wait a
it,
minute.
man.
I'm gonna go
Can
with
I
it.
airbrush
I'm gonna
some
go with it.
abs onto your belly there? or-
If she asks that, you just say, chill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm not sure most people would have got that.
Chill.
Chill. That's Essay's part, though, actually.
Yeah.
Well, what if she asked you to wear an essay mask?
Or like a sweater
Then
vest like
something's
we had
wrong.
on.
What
Kind of cool.
What if my wife were getting ready to get it on, and she goes, "Oh, let me set the mood. Let me put on some music." I'm like, "What? I don't want to hear this."
Everybody,
What?
chill. Oh, come on.
What?
Dang it.
Down where?
You're like, can you start in this jacket and slowly go down to a tank top and then take your blouse off?
Then
Hey,
put
we-
the jacket back
Will you
on.
please go home and ask Tim to wear a Nick Hexum mask and say, have you ever made out in a dark hallway?
Every time we do it now, we
No, Tim was
What?
also aroused, okay? I was standing next to my friend Dustin, Tim, and then Dustin's son, Charlie, who's 14, who actually was running around with your son for a second, Riz, which was really cute. But even Charlie, who's 14, he's like, how old is this guy that's singing right now? I'm like, he's 55. He's like, whoa.
What if I come home today and the door to the bedroom's closed and all I'm hearing is,
I'm meditating. Don't come in here.
I know. I'm being very mindful.
Mama gets angry when she doesn't get to finish her meditation.
What if you go home and you ask Tim
What's
to wear
that
the Nick
buzzing
Hexum
now?
mask
What's that buzzing sound?
and he asks you to put it on?
That's just my
would do
my
it.
salt lamp.
I'm down for the freakdom. Let's go.
Scott, I need to go up and go take a bath, okay?
Okay.
If that's all right. Yeah, I'll handle everything else.
Yeah. Oh, what? Your mom's jamming out.
That's just the salt lamp. It's got there's something electrical going on.
Thank you
Anyway.
for the Joe Material 311. I mean, I feel like St. Louis needed it. We had tornadoes on Friday.
I know.
We
We
needed
all-
something good.
We
you
all
know?
need to chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meditate.
What? Ladies.
Ladies, rise up. Let's
Stop.
go.
Yeah. I got all
We're
the kids in
armed and
trouble
ready.
during the 311. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah. This guy.
What happened?
Tell him.
Unky Rafe got the boys in trouble.
So my son was-
they're teenagers are hungry. Craft services was put away, and I was like, "Hey, you didn't hear this from me, boys, but
Gooey butter cake?
Well, so-
that Coca-Cola cooler over there in backstage, it's got a whole bunch of bite-sized cheesecakes in there, red velvet.
And you got my son and his two buddies. It's
And Charlie was with
It's
him.
basically the third line of the Lafayette varsity hockey
yeah,
team.
and another 14-year-old they picked up along the way, a straggler.
Who was
fearsome
going
foursome.
backstage for the first time. He had not been back there yet.
Yeah. And I was like, they're like, can we have those? And I go, you're only young once, kids. Ain't nobody guarding them. I didn't see anybody
You know
guarding
those
them.
coolers that were back there? The big, they're like the Pepsi cooler?
Yeah, they got yogurts and all sorts of stuff.
I assumed everything backstage was for...
Anyone who was backstage.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Sure.
not a
Uncle Rafe,
crazy
like,
assumption for me to make. But there
Uncle
were
Rafe
boxes.
told the boys, oh, look,
Yeah, look at this.
free cake.
I mean, they're not even indoors. They're under just a tent. So, I mean, that in itself
Agreed.
basically says,
Bon
here
appetit.
you go.
Bon appetit.
if you can see it, you can eat it.
I had to use my charm back there because I had a lunch ticket, but they switched over, like at McDonald's, they switched over to dinner and had like a different color of ticket.
Oh, you had food tickets?
And I
Ooh.
did.
How many food tickets?
And I
How do
was
you
so
get that?
hungry. And I go,
you know.
hey, I want to eat. And he's like, oh, you don't have the right ticket. I go, oh, man, I'll just have a yogurt. Then he goes, just get in line. He goes, just give me the damn ticket.
Well,
Nice.
the boy came
It was
back
delicious.
and goes, dude, some woman freaked out on him.
the craft services.
That's what Charlie
okay.
said.
They went about it the wrong way. I go, you got to get in and get out, man. You can't. You made a whole presentation of it. You pulled all the boxes out on the tables and
Oh, my-
opened them all.
They did?
You know what you
You
gotta have?
pick one. You go in the cooler. You get a couple handfuls and you
Amateurs.
sneak
You know what
away.
you gotta have?
What? Oh, this energy.
Yes.
Exactly.
You gotta have some, what, essay?
Cake.
Chill. Thank you. You ruined the bit, Moon.
Oh,
Sorry.
my God.
I didn't ruin it.
Well,
I
you know
made
what?
it.
I'm glad that I didn't see that big old tray of cake
begin
because that
with.
would have been problematic for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just went straight for the food and had a Coke.
You just got to go in like a little raccoon and scavenge a few pieces. I mean, they were bite-sized, man. Get a couple pocketfuls and
That's awesome.
skitter off
Well-
into the night. You can't pull all the boxes out and make a whole Rachel Ray presentation out of it. No wonder the craft services lady yelled at
Well,
me.
what-
You take it and you run.
What
Teen
was
boys
the
are
truth?
nonchalant.
What was the truth? What were they for?
I don't know. They
I
weren't
guess
for
they
the
put
boys.
them away.
Definitely not for Nick Hexum.
The future. I don't know.
And Nick Hexum doesn't eat that.
The future fridges are inside.
Is he vegan? What's up with him? How does he eat?
I don't know, but I do want to say
He doesn't.
Did you guys go back to the sponsor party?
Yes, for
Yeah.
a really short moment.
Okay, so Heavy Smoke,
delicious.
they catered, and I want to tell you, their hot potato salad is probably the best thing I've ever put in my mouth.
Yeah, heavy
You
stuff.
ate potato salad?
Dude, it was hot
Was it
potato salad.
mayo-based?
No.
See, I would do that. I would do
It's
that.
kind of like a gravy almost.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
By the way,
it was the talk of the town.
I didn't even know that was
Nick
going on
Hexum
there.
does keto. I just want to throw that out there for anybody who's
We
wanting
all
to get
knew
ripped.
that.
We all know. We know Nick.
Guy hasn't had a carb. That's not a carb body.
Yeah, this is right here. What you're looking at here, if you're looking at me, is a body built by pasta.
Yeah.
That guy.
I was talking to your wife about that, by the way.
You go ahead.
I said,
About
you know,
his body?
Yeah, because I was talking.
I don't love where this is going to go.
I
but
talked
okay.
nutrition with Amelia because she's so good at what she does with her
And then you
elderberry.
said to her,
No,
"Why does your husband look like a
no,
slob?"
this is what I
Not
said.
a good endorsement for your skills.
We were coming off of the Nick Hexum boner conversation, and then we were going straight into, I said, we were talking about she needs to come over to my house and help me with my nutrition, and then I'm doing this thing today with a nutritionist. We were talking about that. I go, yeah, and Riz has really been taking care of himself, like watching what he's eating. I go, I hear he's, he's off bread, and she goes, he's not off bread. He's addicted to bread. I go, what? And she goes, oh, yeah.
Your face right now
He's
is hilarious.
addicted to carbs. And I go, okay. I go, but he's like, he looks like he's like slimming down. Like, I mean, I was literally saying good things.
Don't let it bring you down. Do all of this is carbs.
And
We're
I
human
told her,
beings.
I go, he's been passing on bread. Like anything we get in the studio that's bread on it, you're like, I can't have it. I'm off bread. And then she tells me, you've been eating bread. Like you've been having like one slice at home.
He's
What
got a
is it?
filing cabinet full
And I
of
was
baguettes
upset.
in the office.
It's just a show
Because you
for
were
us.
lying to us. I go,
No,
he was telling us that
explains
he's
the
not
crumbs on
doing
his
bread
shirt.
anymore.
I have seriously cut down, and I pass on bread if I don't need to have it. Like I don't feel the need to eat bread in the
This is
studio.
good.
Something.
That's nice.
I did have
Hot potato salad.
that morning.
Okay.
I did have the hot potato salad, which I could not pass up, which was delicious. And I may have had some pizza on Friday.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm just saying, I thought we were off bread. I was excited.
Not fully.
I was like, it sounds like he's doing really good with it.
His drawer in the office is just full of baguettes.
Bunny
And he pulls
bread.
them. I caught him the other day, just like nibbling on it, and
Yeah,
like
it's like
he shoved it back in there real quick and slammed the drawer closed. I go, "Was that bread?" And he's like, "No."
And it's hard, dude. Like you're like
pornography.
Oprah. You know, Oprah loves bread. You love bread. It's fine.
Oh, she just compared you to Oprah. Can I be your Gail?
Yeah.
Aw.
All right. Care for pistachio?
Can I be your Dr. Phil?
I was talking you up, though. I
Thank
said
you.
he's working on
Appreciate that.
Care for a pistachio? Seriously, in food news, the sea salt and vinegar pistachios may be the greatest single bite of anything you'll ever have.
Actually, I would like one because
Get you some.
I won't eat it on the air, but I have
Please
my
don't.
salt and pepper ones, and those are very good as well. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Well,
That's perfect. I've been wanting to try these.
You guys ready for crap on? Here we go.
Okay, you're upset. Oh, man.
That's a lot of nuts.
All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crap on celebrities.
In a shocking move, the Foo Fighters have booted drummer Josh Freese, who is currently on tour with A Perfect Circle. Very surprising. We found this out on Friday, and Josh says the Foo Fighters called him on Monday night to let him know they decided to go in a different direction with their drummer. No reason given. He says, in my 40 years of drumming professionally, I've never been let go from a band. I'm not angry, but shocked and disappointed.
Weird.
It's
It's
going
a very weird firing. I read the statement. I saw it on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Also, to put it out on a Friday is, you do that on purpose
like bury it.
to kind of bury it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy's never been fired from a band before.
And he's been everything from the Vandals, Devo, Sublime with Rome, the Offspring, Sting. He's out on tour, like I said, now with a Perfect
And it was
Circle.
such a big deal when he got hired.
Yes, it was. Actually, I have some audio of this is when Josh Freese got the call, and he's telling the story about Dave Grohl calling him.
All right, here we go. Josh Freese.
And she's like, I know why he's calling you. I was like,
Even your wife.
easy. I'm not thinking that. I swear to God, that's not why I thought. I goes, you know what? He might be having a New Year's Eve party. I called him back and we small talked and we had the drummer talk and we want you to be the guy. It felt like someone kind of like socked me in the stomach. I didn't go, wow, yippee, this is so cool. I didn't get excited like that. It was almost like I had the wind knocked out of me.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God. I think here we go.
Well, here was the phone call he got on Friday.
Okay.
I got the audio of that.
You're fired. And in case your ears are get the out.
Wow.
That's harsh.
Man, it's weird because if there's not like an actual quote unquote reason, shall we say, I think it's really lame. I think
It's real lame.
I think it's really lame that you would hire somebody and do that. And it's
And
like
unceremoniously let them go.
well, yeah, and it's one thing if he wasn't your guy, but you used him for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you don't have to get married. You know what I mean? You can say like, yo, we'd love for you to be the drummer right now, and like, we'll work around whatever. But if you could give us your priority when you're not on the road with Perfect Circle and all the other 7 bands or studio stuff you're doing, you should drum for the Foo Fighters right now. And you don't make a big announcement that, hey, we've brought him in. He's a band member. He's in the Foo Fighters now, because then. Everybody looks bad right
rotten.
now.
And, I know we talked on Friday Lern, like, oh, maybe they're bringing in
Shane.
Taylor Hawkins' son. But if that were the case, then this wouldn't be.
Right.
They wouldn't have surprised him like this.
Well, and the rumors, so that was Friday. Saturday, somebody leaked, some drummer who's in the scene kind of leaked that it is going to be Shane. Nobody's confirmed that yet. You don't know. They have only one show, though. They're doing the Singapore Grand Prix in October. I could see Shane just doing that one show and then boom. It worries me because I don't know if that kid's if he has time and he wants to do this for long term. I don't know if that means the Foo Fighters are just dissolving.
Well, and Shane's the kid, Taylor Hawkins' son. He's the one that played during the Taylor Hawkins tribute.
Yeah,
He
it was-
did My Hero, and I think, was it just one song?
I think he just did one song, yeah. They had so many different people coming in and out,
There's
including Josh Freese.
There's no way Foo Fighters is dissolving unless it's a move for the business. It's too big of a business, and they've run it like a business for so long.
Sure.
Every one of their hiatuses has all been very intentional. It's like it's too meticulous of a business for them to go
Seems
away.
pretty obvious too. Like I texted Lern about maybe it was an unforeseen thing that Shane would be ready to join the band this quickly, but it's also like perfect. You got a guy who bridges the gap, so he doesn't have to immediately step into his father's shoes and live in the shadow of the legend of his dad, and It's a good PR move for Dave, considering everything he's going through, to be like, I'm mentoring Taylor's son. I'm a dad.
I'm fathering Taylor's son now.
I'm not out here banging groupies.
I'm a
fathering
dad to everybody.
Exactly. And I'm like,
But if that were the case, then they would say, "Hey, man, we're letting you go because we want to bring a chain." And,
Sure.
And
I
then
wanna be a
Josh
father
Freese
again.
Then Josh wouldn't have put out that statement.
Right.
He would have been given a reason. It's a rotten.
It's a strange thing for sure. But I'm excited if it is Shane Hawkins. I think that'll be really cool. And I love him so much. I hope to see the Foo Fighters one more time at least.
Well, David Allen Grohl is not getting positive press from this. I'll tell you that.
Well, Lern, I think you should start practicing your drums because I bet they're going to get a female drummer.
Yeah.
That's what rock bands
I'm
do.
going to have his baby. It's going to be cool. With week 2 coming down this week with the Diddy trial begins today. Cassie's bombshell testimony last week was all over the headlines, talking about the numerous freak-off parties when she said she was forced to participate in a manner of sexual acts. Jurors also saw the infamous hotel video where Diddy beats and drags her down the hallway of that L.A. hotel. I'm just seeing this morning. There was Danity Kane, which Danity Kane was part of that show that Diddy had, like creating a girl group, back in the 2000s.
Yeah, that was a big MTV
that's
show.
a person or that's a band?
That's a
That's a
band.
band.
The singer, her name is Dawn Richards. She gave a testimony corroborating Cassie's account. She said she saw Diddy assault Cassie with a skillet full of eggs in 2009. Said that she threw her to the ground. He threw her to the ground and then tried to kick her. So, what do you think? Like that skillet full of, threw the eggs at her, like the oil and the butter and the eggs at her? Or do you think it was the entire skillet?
I bet you it's like just throw the whole thing.
Right. Terrible. So the witnesses this week are likely to include Jane, a former girlfriend. Jane is a Jane Doe, essentially. Former girlfriend who said she was forced to engage in sex with escorts and that Diddy once viciously attacked her as well. Mia, a former assistant who said that she was forced to do things to Diddy and that he raped her. And then also male sex workers who took part in the freak-off parties and many other former employees that Diddy hired. So week 2 begins today in the Diddy trial. Dave Navarro on Jane's Addiction future. He says there's no chance for the band to ever play together again since everything that happened last September.
Yeah, I could imagine that being the end of it when your lead singer punches your guitarist. I think that's pretty much, you can't come back from that.
Dave Navarro says forever destroyed the band's life. He's talking about Perry Farrell, and no chance for the band to ever play again together.
It was an interview, and somebody asked Dave Navarro what his best ever gig was and what his worst gig was.
And was this the worst?
The best was, I think he said Lou Reed came out and sang with them during, he has like a cover band he does out in L.A. Called Camp Freddy. And he says the worst gig was October 13th of last year when the lead singer of his band,
September 13th.
I'm sorry, September, punched him in the face.
Yeah.
It was a Friday the 13th. That's what it was.
That's right. Spooky.
Right before Evolution Fest, by the way, where they were supposed to play, and it would have been great.
How do you feel? You are a massive Jane's Addiction fan.
I find myself skipping songs.
Yeah.
Very disappointed.
Disappointed, for sure. Well, maybe this will perk you right up. Bruce Springsteen is about ready to release the long-lost country album that he recorded in the 90s. So back then it was called Somewhere North of Nashville. Never saw the light of day. Now he's releasing it on a new project called Tracks 2, The Lost Albums, which will be out June 27th. Here is one of the songs, Repo
Dude,
Man.
country's so hot right now. Everybody's going
Everybody's
country.
doing it.
Hide it in the city, hide it in the burbs. You wake up and it's gone, but you can say the words. Repo Man, quick, baby, it's the Repo Man.
Who's this?
Bruce
Springsteen.
Springsteen.
What is
What?
it? Sounds like "Huda, huda, huda, huda."
Come on, Rudolph. Why'd he say that?
What song does that sound like?
Chattahoochee, or it sounds like Alan Jackson or something to me.
Yeah, it does.
No, guys.
I don't know about
It
that.
sounds like
I got
Hollywood.
that
Play it
Bugs-
again.
I got that
Or you know
Bugs
what?
Bunny.
Georgia Satellites. Keep your hands to yourself.
That's what it is.
Hide it in the city, hide it in the burbs. You wake up and it's gone, but you can say the words.
Mind your own business.
Quick, baby, it's the Repo Man.
Fancy yourself.
It sounds like somebody went to an AI site and said country Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, you're
This
right.
is what
Yeah.
it would spit out.
That's exactly right.
You don't like it?
No, I got
From
that.
the 90s,
I got
though.
that Bugs Bunny no meme. And, that's my face right now. No.
I think Bruce Springsteen's voice can do country well.
His Western Skies album was awesome.
But why?
But it was not like that. That sounds like That's something else.
This is 1995 country.
His Western Skies. Did you guys watch that thing he put out? Like the documentary about making it? And he like played for all his friends and family in a barn like during COVID. And it was, I watched it on a plane one time and it was actually really good. Like the songs were good, but it was more of like an Americana country album. It was, that sounds like.
Yeah, I can see that.
That sounds something else.
But yeah,
It's
we
like
don't,
stadium
we
country.
don't need to go to Nashville.
Well, this is when was this recorded?
1995.
So this was recorded in '95.
Yes.
Oh.
It's previously
It's
unreleased.
his long lost country album.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So you're saying it should stay lost?
Well, I'm
Allegedly
saying-
so.
Well, why didn't they put it out in 95 or 96 or 97
He just didn't
or
do
98
it.
or 99?
Because
He just like kept
country's-
moving on.
Because maybe if they thought he would have put it out, it would have been something bad for his image. And now country's hot, and let's ka-ching, cash in.
Yeah, why
And he
not?
wants a Jelly Roll or somebody to perform with him so everyone remembers he's still here.
There you go. Speaking of Alan Jackson, he announced that he's retiring from touring. He was talking to the crowd
a
at the
bummer.
very last show, his last call, One More for the Road tour. Now, it's not technically like completely done yet. He says that he's still going to do like a big one last show in 2026 that he's hoping to do next summer. But he's 66 years old. He revealed he's been dealing with some ongoing health challenges. He's got this degenerative nerve condition. So he's got nerve damage primarily in his arms and legs. And so, it's hard. He's just, his body hurts.
Yeah, a lot of
This
this,
is
Water
a-
skiing.
a lot of this is not. I'm not going to tour anymore. I'll just do like one-offs.
Can I say something about this? I think this is phenomenal, and it's perfectly butted up against the story that you just mentioned, talking about all the marketing moves and the hiatuses that are on purpose and the final tours and all this. And this guy comes in, 40 years ago, kills it, stays fairly timeless with hit after hit after hit. He does this whole thing, and instead of doing, it's a final Alan Jackson tour, let's milk every dollar we can, and all this kind of stuff, he makes an announcement a few songs before the end of this last show that, hey, this is my last road gig. Thank you all so
He's
much.
classy,
We're going to do
man.
one more show in Nashville.
Next year.
Yeah. It's incredible.
How nice is that? Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with people in the business using the business as a business and doing the whole like final tour and reunion tour and there's a woo, like the Kiss thing. But like
This is almost refreshing.
pretty dope to see that there's still a guy out there that can just do it like this and just go out in the way where it doesn't have to be a marketed go out. That's pretty cool, right?
It's,
Well, good for
it's
him.
remarkable.
At least notable.
It is notable, yes. Final show, couple songs before the end. This is it.
Thanks for being with me. He didn't sell a single ticket on like this is my last tour.
What's his biggest song? Is the one where he's water skiing in jeans? That's him.
Purple snow cone?
Yeah.
Oh, settle for a burger and a grape snow cone.
It's one, but
He's got
Is
a
that his biggest song?
Dude, I think he had.
I mean, that's probably the thing he's most known in culture for.
I think he
It's
had
Your
20
Love, right?
top
That's a
10s.
beautiful love song he sings.
Say what? No,
It's
that's
Your Love.
Faith Hill and Tim McGraw.
Or no, maybe that's what I'm thinking. Guys, I'm so
It's
not into
Remember
country.
When was a
That was a
Big-
That was a pandering cash grab.
Yeah.
but yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, that was a 9/11 song, right?
yeah 5 o'clock somewhere. He did that with Jimmy and
Oh, 5 o'clock somewhere. Okay.
but yeah he when he I
First,
think
Neon
it's the
Rainbow
second
was like his
best-selling-
first song, and
Li-
that was a great song.
Living on Love.
Yeah, Itty Bitty. Like he had a lot of good
I mean,
classic '90s country smash hits.
giant.
Those are kind of his pandering songs. When he started doing like Jimmy Buffett and doing the 9/11 stuff, that was kind of the leaning in to his country megastardom. But he had some good stuff early on, man. There's a song called Dallas Pecked or Suitcase. There's some good old country crooning songs on his first 3 albums.
I went to one of his concerts because I used to date this guy who was a Hoosier, and he took me to the, and
You
that's
didn't
fine.
say that, but that's fine.
It's good.
He had 34 number 1 hits.
Yeah.
Holy
He's the
smokes.
second best-selling country artist in the 90s after Garth.
Well, we're on the subject of retiring. Michael J. Fox retired in 2020 due to his battle with Parkinson's disease, but now he's coming back, and he's coming back to Shrinking on Apple TV for season 3, which I'm pretty excited
Did you watch the
about.
second season?
No, I haven't watched
I didn't
it yet.
watch the second season either. The first season was great.
Loved the
great.
first season.
That's Jason Segel and Harrison Ford.
Yes.
Did you watch it? It's on Apple TV.
Say what? What are we talking about?
Shrinking.
Shrinking.
I watched a couple episodes.
Did you like it?
I don't know.
It is Harrison Ford at his Harrison Fordiest.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
It is.
He's just playing himself.
He's just playing himself.
And it's Siegel playing the
Seagull-y.
Yeah, he's being
Marshall from How I Met Your
exactly
Mother?
exactly. No. He's less Marshall and more about the forgetting Sarah or saving not saving
No,
Sarah.
Forgetting Sarah
Forgetting
Marshall.
Sarah Marshall. Yeah, it's that
Making
character.
the puppets,
Well, yeah,
Muppets
it's Seagull being a
musical.
I liked it. I'm not sure what turned me off about it. I just got a little bored.
It's good.
Yeah, I like it. I like the neighbor in that show.
Season 2 was good.
Yes, she's the chick from the Drew Carey Show
She's great.
And Scrubs.
and Scrubs.
Oh,
And it's cool to see the dude. I feel like he always has to be the bad guy in everything. He was Jackson in Married with Children, and he was the bad guy in Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh,
and
yeah.
now he gets to be like
He's the killer. He's the show killer. Whenever he comes on the show,
yeah.
the show goes off the air. What
Yeah,
the hell is it? Ted McGinley.
Ted McGinley, and he's a nice. He gets to play a good character, and he finally is getting his like comeuppance as
Yeah.
an actor. It's a good show. I just finished season 2. It's great, man. It kind of straddles that line of the Ted Lasso. It's kind of a feel good. I mean, there's some
It's got
dark
some heart.
themes.
It's got heart.
And
It's got
that-
comedy.
Brett Goldstein's in this season too. He's very.
He
good in
is.
it.
Oh,
I'll have to give it another go.
Well, Michael J. Fox will be there in the 3rd season. No real details on what his role will be, but he's
Whoa.
going to be there.
That's cool.
Fall Guy director David Leitch is in talks to do a live-action movie adaptation of the best-selling video game Gears of War. That's scheduled to be possibly on Netflix as they acquired the movie's rights or the game's rights in 2022. I didn't know what Gears of War was, but it's one of the best-selling franchises in the Xbox 360 world. Emphasis on cover-based combat, which allows players to, avoid gunfire behind objects and whatnot. Sounds like a shooter game.
Yeah.
I'm sure you all know if you're gamers.
It was enormous, and that movie was cool. The Fall Guy was actually
It's a
pretty
very
good.
Yeah, I gotta watch
It's
that.
exactly what it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
That's Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's great.
and,
It's
really well done.
Was it Emily Blunt?
Emily,
Yes, Emily Blunt.
yes. Tom Cruise says he is going to continue acting all the way into his 100. So Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning hits theaters this Friday. This is the 8th installment of the Mission Impossible movies. And he talked about how he just looks at Harrison Ford's career. Harrison Ford's 80 years old, and he's still doing it. Tom Cruise is not going anywhere.
Well, I
he
saw
says.
an interview with him recently. His face is tight.
Is it tight?
It's tight.
We were watching Mission Impossible 2 over the weekend.
His
and
face is
great.
tight.
Rafe Fiennes says that he's going to be President Snow in the prequel to The Hunger Games. It will be called The Hunger Games Sunrise on the Reaping. It takes place 24 years before Katniss Everdeen, Jennifer Lawrence's, character comes in. So this will be a prequel to The Hunger Games. Do you think
Famished.
that's Donald Sutherland is President Snow?
Yes.
Do you think that Rafe Fiennes can be a young,
Yes.
okay,
What a great actor.
he is great.
Great actor.
Think that'll be a
I
good
like that
cast?
franchise.
I do too.
I watched the last one that came out.
I love Woody Harrelson.
I forgot what it was called.
Yeah.
It was
I
good.
haven't watched the final one. I always get upset, because it's like very sister heavy when she goes as tribute for her
Yeah,
sister
yeah,
Prin or whatever her name
Yeah.
is. Get kind of choked up about that. And finally, speaking of movie scenes, expensive time of the year for parents. Prom season, everybody's graduating. Prom's may be over for you, but Entertainment Weekly has put together a list of movies with the most iconic prom scenes. Like, what movie comes to mind? Like Carrie, obviously.
First
yes.
one for me was Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Back to the Future is number 3 on this list.
Definitely.
Was the Enchantment Under the Sea, right? Was that the
Yeah, number
is that
one.
the theme?
Number
Yeah.
one was Carrie.
No, number 5 is Carrie.
How is that not number one? That's
know.
like
I think
Wait,
it's 'cause
what?
it's old.
No, how
Footloose.
is Back to the Future not number one?
Footloose is number 8.
Carrie, those the pig's blood.
Yeah, but Back to the Future. I mean, how many times have you watched Carrie? You seen?
Have
it?
you seen it recently?
No.
It's good.
Yeah, but-
you should
but
go back.
Okay, maybe
more
twice.
Back to the Future. What
Prom scene.
great.
prom scene?
Is there a prom scene in Greece?
It's got to be, right?
I'm sure there is, but it's not on this
What
list.
about one of those like 16 candles? Pretty in Pink.
Yes. So Pretty in Pink is number 15 on this list.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, man, that's a great one. That's not on the list, though.
She's all that.
She's All That, number 18 on this list.
We haven't got number one, huh?
And I
Is
don't
this
know if you
obvious?
will.
Can you give us a decade?
1999.
1999.
We should know this.
And this is a great movie.
Oh,
but
Napoleon
comedy?
Dynamite.
Napoleon Dynamite is on this list
Are you
at
serious?
number
American
13.
Pie. No, that was-
American
that was
Pie
before that.
is number 2.
The American Pie-
Because they all sleep together on prom night.
Oh, that's right.
And then
remember that
Stifler's
either.
Party. And
I thought
then
Napoleon Dynamite was the talent show.
Yeah.
no,
Oh,
but
There
he
is a
also
prom.
goes to prom.
Yeah, he goes because he wears the, or she wears that dress.
She goes.
She got the side ponytail.
Glamour shots by Deb.
God, what can number? So 1999.
You're missing number 1, 1999. Number 4, I'm just going to give you because I've never seen this movie. I doubt you guys have. Blockers. from
Oh,
2018.
great movie. Never saw it.
Yeah.
1999.
John Cena.
There's no prom scene.
it?
It's chicken symbol blockers.
Oh, I did see that.
Oh,
it
yeah, I
good?
do remember that.
Not bad. That movie is
Was that
not
okay?
bad.
Oh.
That's
It's
the
not
one
bad.
where he
It's the
pretends,
parents, yeah.
right? He pretends to be the friend.
Yeah.
Have you seen that
99.
movie?
No.
It's chicken blockers.
10 Things I Hate About You.
That is the number 1. And honestly, I don't agree with it. I love that movie deeply, but that scene's just whatever
I
to
don't
me.
feel like the prom scene's that prominent, but that movie's. I was just trying to think of 1999. I'm like, that has to be.
Yeah, The Matrix.
The Heath Ledger.
Right.
The prom scene in Matrix.
I don't think there was a
Julia
prom scene in the
Stiles
in the
era.
Matrix. No, Scott.
I was reviewing.
Oh, Angus, the movie Angus.
Nah.
Somebody
What's
said.
that?
That's number 1, huh?
About hamburgers?
No, it was Angus.
What
was
about the movie Prom Night?
Prom Night is not on here. Prom,
That's
though, from
funny.
2011 is. That's number 16.
And,
What is that?
You guys are missing 6, 7, 9, and 10.
all movies we know?
Decades?
I'm going to give you the
Jimmy
last
Stewart's
two.
movie,
All right,
what's it-
so number 10 is Jennifer's Body. Scary.
Okay.
Number
Toe thumbs.
9, High School Musical 3 senior year. Nobody's watched
okay,
that.
okay.
Number 7, Fast Times at Ridgemont High,
Oh.
which I don't really remember the prom scene in that
I don't either.
No, do
movie. And then Drive Me Crazy, Melissa, what's her face? Clarissa Explains It All. She's in that
Melissa
movie.
Joan Hart.
Yes. That is number 6. But the number 1 prom movie is 10 Things I Hate About You. So kind of a crappy list, but I thought it was interesting.
That's fun.
That's a crap.
Celebrity celebrating a birthday today. Sam Smith is 33. Lainey Wilson is 33. Shooter Jennings is 46. Kevin Garnett is 49. Jenny Berggren, the lead singer of Ace of Base, is 53. Bill Lambier is 68. Phil Rudd from AC/DC is 71. Archie Manning is 76. Grace Jones is 77. And Pete Townsend from The Who is 80 years old today.
All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Chloe James. And today's birthday girl has been in 91 fine films, including Booty Grinders 2, 6, 8, 9, and 10. What happened to 7? I wonder why she wasn't in 7. Crazy Little Thing Called Fun, The Garden of Pleasing, Hottie with a Body, Seduced by a Real Lesbian 6, Stripped, Tied, and Tickled, 2 Chicks for the Price of One, Scott's favorite, Yoga Munch, and Who Can Forget a
Great
Roll.
exercise movie.
In 2012's The Toilet Plunger Lover.
Oh.
I
Wow.
have no idea what that's about.
Man.
Okay.
God dang.
My imagination is running wild.
Chloe James is 35 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities.
Somebody, I will say this. Someone is bringing up in the chat, this is a good point, that the entire movie, 10 Things I Hate About You, is the younger sister can't go to prom unless the older sister goes. And
I guess that's true.
The entire movie revolves around being asked to prom.
Okay.
Maybe not a prominent prom scene,
Right.
but the prom theme is strong.
I get it. All right, yeah, you're right. Thank you, Texter.
All right, sexy time fun facts after the break. The engagement ring deal breaker. What's a hobby that's an instant red flag? And can you spot a cheater? I'll tell you what a pro notices. All that and more. The Sunday Scaries yesterday.
I did.
About what time?
Let's see. It was probably around 6 o'clock.
Oh, 6 o'clock, huh? Yeah, mine started pretty early yesterday. Probably around 9 a.m.
Yeah.
I was like, gonna go back to work on Monday. Maybe I woke up sore from PointFest.
Yeah.
I felt like I got my ass kicked.
It was a 12-hour day.
It's not like I did much.
No, but you were on. You were on for the whole
the
time.
dunk tank, walking around. It's not like I was, up on a roof, shingling.
Sure.
But, I felt like I was
Anytime there's
got
an all-day
couple
Saturday,
rounds in the ring.
all-day Saturday work-related thing, I think it just puts you in that mindset of like, oh, I didn't have a day where I got to I didn't have to either go to bed early to be up or wake up whenever I wanted, Saturday's the only day you get to be like, not only can I sleep in if I choose, I can stay up as late as I want.
Yeah, I don't know. I was in a bad mood. My kids were in a bad mood yesterday. They were at each other's throats. It was just, yesterday was like, blech.
My Friday was interesting because I got home, I got ready, I went to do my hosting at the factory for the St. Louis Apartment Association. Walking out like a wise guy with 3 different drinks. I had a cocktail, a 4 hands beer, and a water on a binder. And I'm a former waitress. I can I can carry beverages on a binder out to the podium. My buddy John announces me out. There's 1,000 people dressed beautifully. It's a black tie event. Tables in the factory. Beautiful setup. Walk out. Drinks
Spill
everywhere.
everything.
They were
I would've
mopping
walked
up.
right out to the car.
Yeah, it was a
I
comedy.
wanted to. I was mortified. They're mopping up before the first awards are given. I felt terrible. I felt awful.
They had to
That's
call the
the best.
janitorial crew
They
out.
did.
Oh,
Dude,
because
it's
he
a
The
knew.
comedy
factory is
routine.
glaring at me like, you bitch. You're ruining our stage.
Oh.
I felt terrible.
Did people applaud?
Yeah, everybody was laughing and pointing. It was
Did
great.
someone yell, just put that anywhere?
There's nothing like dropping something and people applauding. That's the best.
The best was there was a woman sitting in the front row and she made eye contact with me as I'm like going over, as I'm talking. And she's like, hey, cocktail? And I was like, yes.
Yes.
And she got me one.
Keep them coming.
And I loved her.
If you see my glass empty, that means you're doing something wrong.
Right. So yeah, I had that Friday night, Saturday, and then yesterday I was like around 6 o'clock. We barbecued, which was delish.
And by the way, speaking of Friday, I know we mentioned this at the top of the show. If you're looking to help out some of the people affected by the big tornado on Friday, we have a great resource for you, and we've posted it up on our socials. If you're looking to volunteer, if you're looking to know what to donate, STL Tornado Support Info. It's like a Google Doc, which we put on our social medias. Great resource, and it's constantly being updated. So if you're looking to help out in any way, this is a great resource for you. Just hit up our social medias at Rizzuto Show, and everything's up there for you. But maybe yesterday you were having some weird thoughts.
Yeah.
And I know on our little text chain yesterday, you were saying you were having some Sunday thoughts.
Some Sunday thoughts. Kind of like shower thoughts, but you have them on Sundays.
Okay, so give me a couple Sunday thoughts, Lern.
Here's what I was thinking about yesterday. I was coming back from World Market and Deerbergs. I started thinking about how dumb it is that we have pedals in our vehicles. I feel like it's been this way the whole time in the automotive industry. Like, why can't we have, like, instead of a steering wheel, like, I would like to have a throttle and, like, kind of a motorcycle
boat?
car. No. Well, maybe. Yeah, like
Where
a
you like
boat
push
throttle.
the thing, you use your hand.
Could
to
be that. Could
throttle
be
it?
like a golden tee with the ball, where you spin that and you just go forward.
It'd be very dangerous.
It would
I don't
be.
know
What was in that barbecue, man?
I don't know, but I just
How
thought
high?
about that.
seltzers involved.
I
in
didn't
these
like,
thoughts.
no, there was no seltzers. It was just, I was thinking about how archaic it seems that we use pedals in a vehicle.
And my thought was, and I wrote this down as we were having this, we were at a restaurant. If you're waiting for the waiter, aren't you the waiter? That's what I wrote down.
That's a good one.
Hey.
If you're waiting for the waiter, aren't you the waiter? Huh? That was my
Sunday thoughts.
one of many Sunday thoughts.
I also had this one. Instagram's cool, and stories last 24 hours on your Instagram feed and wherever else you're posting a story. Like, I'd like to be able to schedule it to expire before 24 hours.
Your story.
You want a
Yeah.
12-hour story?
Like, sometimes I did a little good night post to my followers on Instagram last night. That was cool.
Yeah, you can just delete it.
I know, but I don't want to do that. I want to schedule it out for, in the
That
morning
would be
it's gone.
nice.
Because now people are waking up and seeing my story and going, it's not nighttime.
Oh, you put an end time on it. Fascinating.
I had a restaurant thought
Not a
too.
bad idea.
We had. I went to the. I took a kid to the RC car store over there in St. Charles, which is wild, dude. Have you ever been to that place? That Mark Twain Hobby Center. There's some real hobbyists in there. We went to Firebirds and had some wings, and I thought the drums do all the work and the wings get all the credit. Because we ordered some wings, and I go, the majority of the meat is on the drummies.
Yeah.
That's
And
true.
nobody says I love drummies. We all say we love,
Love
wings.
the wings.
And I do love wings.
Drummies do the work. It's like thunder and lightning, Thunder does the talking, lightning does the work. Same thing with drumsticks, and I think they deserve credit.
I had this thought, and this was after eating the potato salad from Heavy Smoke at the sponsor party.
Yeah.
Your stomach thinks all potatoes are mashed potatoes.
Man.
Oh, yeah.
Your stomach doesn't.
Good call.
Your stomach thinks all potatoes are mashed potatoes.
I love that you were daydreaming about potato salad and your wife is daydreaming about Nick Hexum after PointFest. I'm just
I
saying
know.
that's a very big
I know.
distinction.
We had different experiences at the show on Saturday.
Good.
I had a car related one as well. I was driving around my wife's car yesterday. We were going, to and from soccer games, big soccer tournament for one of the kiddos. And I stopped to get some gas for her in this car and to make sure the tires are good, right? Because our temperatures are starting to kind of level, and like most likely, maybe our tires have taken a little bit of, puffing and whatever. So I was like, I'm gonna make sure these tires are good. You guys know that, in my opinion, I mean, what differentiates a gas station from another gas station? They're all pretty much the same price and
I'll
that
tell
kind
you
of stuff. So if you own a gas station, if you own a gas station, what can you do to differentiate it? It's called a service station, at least it used to be. So service, pretty much, right? And QT used to have that like on lock. They were like, oh, we're the nice people. You can go to any counter, this and that kind of whatever. But the only other differentiator besides your car wash, if you even have one, is your gosh dang air. And if I pull up to you, QT, and your thing is broken, and it's clearly been broken for a while, and you don't even have your free air, I think I'm going to boycott QT for a while.
Here's my only thought.
I think I'm done. I'm like, dude, I pulled over. I was going to buy gas from you. I had all this thing. I pull into the spot, and then I get out and find out that it's. I understand this is a first world problem. I'm complaining about something ridiculous.
No,
but now I got to go somewhere else. And then the other place is 75 cents. We're still doing quarter machines.
For air?
Well,
Yes.
here's my only thought on this. First of all, you got to get the portable air thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, inflate-a-thon.
And air's expensive right now.
Very much.
I used to think, man, of all the ways to nickel and dime somebody.
Well, I'm just saying, like, what?
Or quarter somebody.
What is going to differentiate? If you own a gas station, what can you do to be better than the next guy?
My thought is it's another company that comes in and goes, hey, could I put this here?
Oh, air?
Yeah. Could I put this air pump here?
Dude, let's do Riz and Moon's free air, and we'll strike a deal with all these people. This
No, it wouldn't be free, but it's a company that comes and say, "Can I put the air compressor here? You know, you get a percentage of whatever I make." It's like the side hustles with like buying vending machines.
Oh, you're talking about the quarter ones?
Yeah.
You think that's what it is?
Yeah, that's what my thought is.
Well, it's a bad deal. You're not serving your customers, and I, for one, if I see like good free
it's
air and
desperation,
it's got
you
the
gotta
one,
pay.
it's got the one where it even like tells you the
pressure,
the pressure. Oh man, I'm coming back. I'm gonna go out of my way.
No, but
to
I
buy
know
gas
they're
from you.
banking on the desperation though. Like I need air, I don't care.
I'm happy to get rid of the change that I got in my wallet. I'll be real. Like, I've been hitting up the gumball machine at West County Mall, just getting myself a gumball with a quarter.
You just go and put
But
it in
it
the
is
air
annoying.
thing, walk past it, let the air run.
I'm not kidding you when I say I thought about this for 3 or 4 hours because I was up and down. You know, I'm pro business, and I know that a lot of these things are franchises, but I need to research. Like, if QT is not franchised and it's all whatever, I'm out. I'm out.
Oh,
You used to go above and beyond, and now you're not even fixing your air machines.
Yeah, go ahead.
You sloppy.
Yep.
No, I was going to say, QT's, done a lot of things to update. You know, their coffee.
None good.
What?
Oh.
I heard the coffee
QT
bar's
Kitchen.
great.
I'm with you.
have you seen the
Thank
the
I'm with
TV
you.
screen at the coffee bar?
What are you talking? You got a prize pack of QT awesomeness.
Hey, look,
They came and gave you stuff.
They're the sweetest.
They
They really
couldn't
are the sweetest.
schmooze you.
But the updates that they've made have been regressive.
Oh, QT's on the phone. They want their blanket back.
QT,
Well, I
listen,
just want some gosh dang air.
appreciate when you change the setup to put the cashiers in the middle of the store. They ain't friendly no more. The line, no one knows where the line is.
Well,
We
see,
don't
I
know.
like that.
Do you go on the right hand side, the left hand side?
That's the beauty of it. You could go either.
But they don't know either. It's a free for all of everyone trying to figure out who's next.
It's
Hey, Clint on the instant feedback says managed to QT for 10 years. People steal the piece at the end for drug pipes on the for the
Air?
air hoses.
We need to make
makes
drugs
sense.
illegal.
So update it and do like that mobile is doing with the pressure one. Get out of here, man. That's not my problem. That's your problem. But
Moving off
the
this,
money.
it's the same. I'm
got
done with the
another-
St. Peter's one.
what's a
Wait.
group of squid called?
A squad.
Whoa,
It
dude.
should be.
Yeah, a squad of squids.
Oh, the squid.
Why?
Why is
squad.
it not?
Or
I don't know,
armies.
but it's not.
That's a good.
That's
Armies.
upsetting. That's the worst news I've heard all day.
What's a group of squid called? It should be a squad.
Armies or leggies.
Yeah, armies or leggies.
What are they called though? Seriously,
I'm going to say a blob.
A grundle.
Oh,
a grundle of squid? No, it should be a
shoal.
squad.
A buffet.
A shoal?
Yeah,
That sucks.
a shoal.
A gargle.
No, a group of squid should be called a squad. End of story. Let's change it.
Squid
Yeah.
squad. It even says in AI overview.
What does it say? What is it?
Suckers.
What is the group? Are squids grouped?
Shoal.
Shoal. A shoal.
A shoal?
It doesn't make any sense.
Dr. Shoals?
no,
Go
like a shoal of fish.
to hell, man.
That's a good
squad.
point, dude.
You said an army, which is awesome because for some reason I retained this information. A group of frogs is called an army.
Right, but a group of squid should be called a squad.
What's a
End of
group of
story.
octopi?
End of story.
Story.
Yeah.
Octopussies.
Octopussies Consortium. Consortium is
A consortium of octopi?
yeah, they playfully tangle. Adorable. Love them so much.
Really churched that up, didn't they?
Consortium.
If I'm in the ocean, I saw a bunch of octopuses in there, and that is how it should be. Period.
Period.
It's a consortium.
End of story.
Consortium. There was a consortium. You got more?
One more. Clapping
got?
is just hitting yourself because you like something.
That's crazy, yeah.
Yep.
That's nice.
We're almost done.
I had written down that we think diarrhea is bad, but maybe it's just your body giving your O-rings the day off.
That's nice.
That is nice.
That's a positive spin to diarrhea.
Because isn't it sometimes, honestly, do you ever have, when you're at home, you don't have anything to do, and you get a good case of diarrhea, and you're just like, yeah, I'm getting stuff out of my body
There's never
and my
been
butt.
a good case of diarrhea,
It just
honestly.
hurts so
Sometimes
bad
it's
in
just
your
like
belly.
it's
I know what you're saying.
You're not having to strain. It's just falling right out of you,
know
and
what you're
you're
saying.
cleaning yourself out. And it's like, doesn't your bunghole deserve a weekend off?
Well, yeah.
I know what you're saying, and while it's happening,
Nope.
it's happening on round 2 or 3, you're typically like, this may not feel good now, but I bet you at the end of the day, I'm going to be happy about all
No.
this.
Tomorrow when I hop on the scale, I know I'm going to be feeling.
Parched, dude. You're just like completely
it's
dehydrated.
dehydrating. It's
I know, but man,
It's a
just
quick-
think about your cheekbones. How good all that water weight in your face going away.
Gets rid of pressure very quick. I also, real quick, why is dandelions, why are they a weed and not a flower? And then something like the corpse flower is not a weed? Because it
Why, 'cause
smells
it
gross.
smells
It's
gross?
yucky. You don't want it around. But the dandelion's a nice yellow flower, stays all summer. And
The
You know what?
dandelion.
I can get on the dandelion train with you, but the corpse flower is, I think it's so beautiful. I've always wanted to smell it, and I've never
Maybe next
stayed up.
time. Next time it blooms,
Man,
take a trip.
Yeah.
I also had an event.
good.
This is just a thing that bugs me. It's not necessarily a shower thought, but
It's fine.
It's a Sunday thought.
Sunday thought. Because I know we've had a terrible weekend in the city in terms of infrastructure. The traffic light on
Yeah,
Kings
dude.
Highway. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. The traffic light on Kings Highway is just off.
What do you mean?
There is a traffic light where you can turn to go into Home Depot and like the Sonic before you hit the QT. The light is just off. No one's done anything about it.
It's just not working?
It's just not working. There's no
Wow.
color. It is not red, white, blue, green. You pick a color.
It's not
There isn't
blinking.
one. It's not blinking. It is off.
So
it is inoperable.
That's a four-way.
Stop.
Is it a four-way intersection?
It is a three-way intersection at least, and then probably a four-way if you count the little discount furniture mart that's off to the right. And people trying to pull out of that parking lot. Now, when this happens, listen, people, we're going through a tragedy. Have some goddamn humanity. Because if you guys roll up to a stoplight, you clearly see it's not working. What does it automatically become to you?
Green.
Stop sign.
green everywhere.
You piece of trash.
Everybody
stop
play.
sign.
it's invisible. It doesn't
just-
exist anymore.
It is a common knowledge that it is now a four-way stop, right?
Yeah.
Pretty post.
Depends on the bigger road.
Dude, everybody is blowing this thing. Like, coming the other way from Kings Highway, there's just a dude sitting here trying to get out of Home Depot, and everyone's blowing this light. And I'm like, we're all animals. We're all pieces of trash. Like, have some damn humanity, man.
Yeah.
You're not getting stuck at a light. That's a good thing. And you can do the rolling stop where it's fine. If you roll to a stop and you see nobody's trying to get out of the two lesser used things, roll through it. But at least give the impression that someone's not going to get T-boned if they try to pull out of there. It bothers me.
Thank you.
Be better, St. Louis. Be better.
And that's your Sunday thought.
Thanks.
All right. Let's do this. Okay, so did you know that for a lot of women, the engagement ring isn't just a sparkly accessory. It's a major deal breaker. And I want your thoughts on this. You know, according to a hot take that's gone viral, if your partner proposes with a ring you absolutely hate, it might be time to say no to the ring and maybe even to the guy. As the saying goes, and everybody knows this, wrong ring, wrong guy. And millions of women chimed in online agreeing that a partner who can't be bothered to know your style or take hints about what makes you feel special
If it's
might
not a good ring,
be the one.
If it's not a good ring, it's not a good thing.
So what do you think about this? I mean, if you don't like the ring, is it a window into how you'll be treated for the rest of your marriage?
No, you might also just be marrying a guy that has no clue what the heck he's doing. He's like, it's round, you go, they put a diamond on it, and I'm going to get that for her, and that's what she likes.
I bet it's hard to be a guy proposing to a girl, trying to be inconspicuous about finding out what kind of ring she wants, unless you have that relationship where you're not going to surprise her with the engagement. You're kind of talking about it.
One commenter compared it to buying a guy sneakers that he'd never wear. If he's not paying attention to your desires now, what does that say for the rest of your relationship?
Okay, and that is fair. Although this is one of the more difficult spots. That's where I was talking about Moore's Royce and, like, you know, making sure, like, you're asking a pro to ask about the details and things, because there are details that we are not understanding. We're not even thinking of. We don't even understand. Like, you know, most young men, if you say princess cut or something else, they're going to go, I have no idea what this is. Is this a character? Is this a Mario Brothers thing? I don't know what this is.
I don't know either, though. I'm not a girl that follows that stuff.
But
you got to go to somebody that knows.
But some do, and I think a little bit of recon is the bare minimum. And recon, I mean, like, talk to a sister or talk to a mom or something. And hopefully you've already asked the parents, right? So let's say you ask the parents and you say, hey, I'm thinking about proposing. May I have your daughter's hand in marriage? Blah, 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 blah. And then you say, hey, I'm having a hard time figuring out where I should where I should go with this ring. Could you, like, maybe do a little recon and ask, like, hey, what is she into? Does she hate gold? Does she like white gold?
Go to the best friend.
Yeah, best friend. Yeah, best friend or mom or whatever. And, like, ask, like,
or
hey,
ex-husband.
Have you already had? Yeah,
Or
have you already had
ex-husband.
this conversation? Has she ever mentioned, like, that she hates the princess cut or the ovals or this or that? Like,
Well,
do a little recon.
The way it happened with me was Tim had asked he asked my friend at the time, can you slip in some conversation starters and see what kind of ring you know?
Well, wasn't Tim perfect?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, and it worked because I had no idea. First of all, I had no idea that I had an opinion about it, and then and then, like, talking to my girlfriend, I was like, oh yeah, I guess I do. I like white gold or silver more than like yellow gold, and then I wanted something like Tim went to Moritz Royce show. I mean, he really did. Like John Royce was so sweet to him, and like he got my engagement ring. It was just very simple. It's just very classic. And then I went with him after we were engaged to pick out our wedding bands.
Right.
And so I had that experience, and I don't wear a lot of expensive jewelry or anything. And so that was the first time I thought, oh, I'm not going to want more diamonds. And then he starts putting all of the bands in front of you, and you start trying them on, and you're like, ooh, I actually do kind of like a little diamond in this band. Yeah, all of a sudden.
That works.
But I bought the band for myself.
Well,
by the way.
57% of women don't actually like the ring their partner picked out.
57.
Really sad.
57%.
What do you do? What's the etiquette there if you don't like it, but you obviously want to keep the guy? Like, can you go back to a jewelry store after you bought it? And
Sure.
You do the upgrades
Yes.
years later.
Be
it's
honest.
like the
That's
5th
true.
anniversary, you go and get
Yeah,
the
just
fancy
be honest.
ones.
My wife's been upgrading her ring.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Even if it dings our ego, we'll get over it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
And it
I
shouldn't
just
ding
want
your ego. It's okay.
We just want you happy. That's all. That's
Yeah,
all.
because my first wife, I got her the ring at Moritz Royce, and my current wife liked that ring so much
Nice.
she still has it. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, my wife every couple of years upgrades.
That's nice.
Like does a little upgrade to it, or like puts another band on it, or yeah, just something. When we got engaged, I couldn't afford anything, so I got her what. Here it is.
Right. A lot of girls do that. A lot of them, like my sister-in-law, they were just making ends meet when they got engaged, and then they are now like Domino's franchisees, and they just they've upgraded their whole life, and my sister-in-law's ring just keeps getting bigger
The worst
every
thing
year.
I see is somebody putting themselves in the poorhouse just to afford just to appease.
Yeah.
I think
Fiancé.
if that's the case and you're getting it for a gal that is really disappointed because you didn't go in the poorhouse, then also that's a red flag. Be like, all right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think
Out of that.
I definitely don't think you should be calling off relationships over it.
Right.
Like, just, I would even be in favor of a placeholder ring. There should be like let's just create the ring you ask with, that every jewelry store loans out a nice, you're like, hey, you take out insurance on it, you get the placeholder ring, you ask, and then she gets to, for the surprise, and then she gets to go in and trade the ring.
That's a
for
great
what she
idea.
wants.
Honestly, the move is Sweet Home Alabama. Okay, when McDreamy brings Reese Witherspoon to the Tiffany store
Yeah.
and says, pick one What?
That must be
I'm
nice.
sorry. You take her up to Mort's Royce. You say, pick one.
whatever.
Holy crap! Like, does that happen? I would love if any of our listeners that's actually happened to
I
them.
saw Jim Edmonds doing that one time, and he was the saddest guy I've ever seen in my life in the Tiffany store at Frontenac Plaza. And I go, his wife was just walking around at the Tiffany's, and he was just sitting there like a guy holding her purse, like looking mad as. This is like world champion Cardinals days too, by the way. And I'm like, if the championship center fielder for the St. Louis Cardinals can't, even he looks miserable in here. And I was like, what hope do the rest of us have?
Yeah, and talking to John Royce and Dan Royce, they're like, listen, more and more couples are shopping for rings together to make sure everybody's happy.
Yeah, that's good.
I also think pump the brakes on the judgment. We're not getting dowries anymore, so chill.
Yeah.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
would you
I
rather
get no
me,
goats for
I'm
the
not like
ring.
going to your dad and being like, "How many goats, brother?
Would you rather
How many
me
acres you sitting on?"
empty my bank account and savings account for something I clearly can and take all sorts of credit out, so you could have a nice ring, so you could show off to your hen friends, and then we're starting
kinda
At the hen house, yeah.
we're starting our life out together,
this out,
deeply in the
ladies.
red.
Don't you kind of want to? I mean, you kind of want to do that though too. Like you want to do if you're wanting to marry this person, you want to spoil them a little bit.
And everybody
of
wants to
course.
see it. It's the first. Oh my God, let me see the ring.
Yeah, but do you want to put yourself into deep debt that's going to take you
No,
forever to get out of?
we
No.
all need to be better, just in general, not just with the ring, but like financially more responsible, just in general. It has, if you're putting something on a credit card that you can't pay off that next week, you're a moron.
That's when I propose, I give her a war bond.
That's right. Good in 50
Wow.
years.
In 50 years, this will be worth much more than a ring.
All right, summer is just around the corner, which means you may be hoping to have some more time for your favorite hobbies, right?
Yeah.
So there's a new list online of hobbies that are instant red flags. Whether you hear about them on dates, with coworkers, or from family and friends on social media. So here are some dating hobby deal breakers. Like, ooh, man,
Who says?
this is people saying this.
Oh, the people.
People say this, like, hey, man, this is a red flag if the person you're with is into this particular thing, like beauty pageants, particularly kids' beauty pageants.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
It's weird. People who are into pranking. Not planking, but pranking.
Dude,
You guys are into pranking.
I'm not into pranking.
You love pranks.
I hate pranks.
I love when pranksters get. I saved the video, almost put it in our group last night. This guy got knocked out, just like chesting up two dudes, trying to do a prank. And he's like, "You want some of this? You want to get your sternum cracked?" And like, bumped the second guy. Second guy just rabbit punched him, knocked him, just dropped like a bag. And I was like, the guy was fine. No one got hurt. No one got severely hurt. But I was just, I love watching.
I felt
these.
like I was justice served.
Yeah, I kind of love it.
What am I into? I'm not into pranking.
I don't know. You get entertained by pranks.
I hate pranks. I get entertained by the pranksters getting knocked out. What's a hobby that's an instant red flag? Scratch lotto tickets.
Scratchy lotteries? I object.
Unless they smell good.
I love a scratchy lottery. In fact, that's the only kind of
But if that's
gambling
your
I'm
hobby,
really good at.
If that's your hobby,
Yeah.
Okay.
red flag.
Buying them for people for Christmas.
CrossFit.
Throwing tractor wheels. Big red flag.
Collecting taxidermy animals.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
You stuffed a bear. Now you want to stuff a human, I bet.
Come on, man. Those meetups, those taxidermy meetups in Shelbina, that's how people are getting together.
Swooning over serial killers. Like, we're in the era of true crime fandom.
I've never gotten into, I love a documentary every now and then, but that's it. Like, I don't listen to the podcasts or any of that stuff.
But it is, like, true crime so hot right now.
So hot, right?
And, like, the Jeffrey Dahmer things.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
like,
The
if
Nightcrawler or whatever.
Menendez boys.
Menendez boys. Yeah, if you're, like, really into that stuff, it's a red flag.
Well, stop hiring hot actors.
Yeah.
Too. It's partially our fault. Like Jared Leto was Ted Bundy. Right?
Oh, yeah. How was that movie?
I don't even remember. I didn't watch
see
it.
That?
Yeah, I'm out on Leto stuff right
Oh,
now.
no, Zac Efron was Ted Bundy.
Efron, you're right. I'm sorry.
Zac Efron was
Which is
Ted
a poor
Bundy.
man's Jared Leto.
Oh,
You're right.
come on. That's,
Or a wealthy man.
that's unacceptable. That is unacceptable behavior.
You have America's #1 Zac Efron defender
Well, he's a
right
wealthy.
here.
Then you know what, Jared? I agree with you.
I
Jared
think-
Leto is a poor man's Zac Efron.
I think Zac Efron is an absolute talent. You get out of here with that.
And a national treasure.
I love him. He was great in Iron Claw.
I think he's wonderful.
I just, I get, it's one of the, they're interchangeable in some ways.
Hobbies that are instant red flags. Collecting Disney memorabilia.
The huge one.
You guys are out of your mind. Out of your minds.
So somebody said
It is kind of weird, man.
Somebody said 2 Disney adults can be happy together, but they shouldn't try to have relationships with normal people.
My friend got married, dude. I went to his house. This has been a few years back. And his wife was big time into it. They had a Disney-themed wedding. Disney, she had a glass slipper, and it was all in. It was fine. It was sweet. But then I went to their house, and there was Disney comforter and Disney pillows and stuff on the bed. It looked like a little kid's room. And I go, "Was this like the guest room?" He goes, "No, it's our bedroom." And I go, "You have sex on that bed?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I go, "Ugh."
With Goofy watching?
Yeah, it was kind of unsettling, dude.
Okay.
It was kind of unsettling. Oh, hey, nice wiener. It's just like, what? Don't make Donald watch. It is a little unsettling.
It is weird. Instant red flag hobbies. Somebody said having to watch every single Hallmark movie.
That's a task.
Yep. Sorry, babe.
Somebody said not having a hobby at all or judging other people's hobbies.
Oh.
Kind of like this.
That's what I was thinking when you said the scratch off thing. Because I was
got
like,
hit.
that. The more alarming thing to me is that that's the only hobby you have to mention. I don't care if you like scratchers, but if you're like, that's my hobby.
I said, Rafe, what are you into? Scratch off lottery tickets.
Hey, man, everybody's got something.
That it?
What?
Yep.
What?
If you got the time, everybody's got something. Maybe it comes in your youth, maybe it comes a little later. Everybody's got their thing. I just don't understand crashing on it unless it's damaging to other people or something.
Other honorable mentions, golf.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, dude, if I was a woman, I would see that as a guy that these golf guys that's their whole personality. That's tough, man. I can't be around these guys. I like golf. I don't mind playing every once in a while, but the guys that it's like their whole personality is around.
I guess
going on the golf trip.
I guess the great move is having a wife that's into golf too.
You almost have to, right? But that's not easy to find.
No, we have a couple neighbors, and the husband and wife are really into golf. I mean, they got they're retired. You could tell when they're going on their golf outings. They got their their golf
fun.
gear
The
on, and I'm saying to myself, does he really like that she goes?
It's fun.
I'm surprised guys like the clothes you got to wear to golf.
That's what I hate about it.
Everybody looks like a Poindexter.
True that.
It's like, no, you guys are all wearing, except Moon's wearing pink today, which it looks cool. But it's like pink pastel polo shirt with khakis. And you guys are loving it?
Who's wearing pink?
I wouldn't be
Everyone.
the polo shirt guy. I would be the Argyle socks.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
the
that's
Payne
cool.
Stewart.
Payne Stewart?
Yeah.
Out of here.
Oh, yeah.
It's
if
just
I could
amazing
play
to
it
me that
all, I would look that way.
We've not elevated the cool factor with what we're wearing on the golf course. Because I would assume men care.
It's I enjoy the game and hate the culture. That's always been my big hang-up. I don't like the. I don't like the pomp and
You don't like the
circumstance.
waspiness of it?
I don't like the waspiness. I don't like the back slapping.
You don't like this
Beer
breasts
gut.
out whole 9?
Well, I can say as a
I like that part. I like that part. We should lean into that.
I never
part.
made it to hole 9.
We never talk about when you got the topless women at hole 9.
What is
Yeah, I don't know
that?
That's
where
not
you
at every
been.
course.
I've never
Oh,
seen
it's
that
not?
before.
Shelbina
I
Lake
object.
course.
I think
Those
you guys
are some of the golf tournaments.
You guys are, we're dressed really nice. We have our pastels on. We got our 9-iron, and now, oh my God, we have areola on hole 8.
Okay, do you think
I've
this
never seen
happens at
that.
all the golf courses?
I think it does, yeah.
This is why you guys are not invited.
I know. It's like investigative reporting. It's like the Freemasons, you guys keep the boobs under wraps at the golf course, and we all know what's happening. We just don't talk about it. I'm saying the quiet part out loud on a Monday, all right?
That's really happening?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I
That
played a lot of
does
golf.
not-
I've never seen bare boobs anywhere.
They must
That doesn't
hide.
happen.
That
all
would
the
get
time.
me back.
Okay.
That would be a way to get me back in.
That's at these, these charity golf tournaments. You know, sometimes things get crazy.
Harold's addicted to golf in his retirement. Oh, really? You think he likes?
I've been to a
hot dogs
couple of
that
those
much?
where things have gotten out of control.
That's
okay?
what I'm talking about.
But it's
No.
not. It's not a Sunday in Winghaven.
That is not a common occurrence.
Oh, it's we don't have underwear under our pleated skirt
this is not-
Sunday.
Let's not ruin it.
Okay.
Topless Tapawingo.
She's making it better.
All I'm saying
The
is
secret's out.
wear like a cool black, black on black outfit to golf and have your rock and roll experience more than this pastel. Like, why are we dressing like this? Why? Because it reflects the sun?
Another one. Hobby red flag. Honorable mention. Horses.
Oh, that's really rude. That's really
I'm just
rude.
reporting.
Depends on what we're talking about. Dressage? Hell yeah. You're right.
Western?
Just like
Show,
in horses.
barrels?
Just depends on what it is, yeah.
Yeah, what are you talking
Depends on
about?
how
man?
how much
It just
the
said
obsession.
horses.
Oh,
right.
You don't understand what you're talking about. Wait, you talking about, is this Quincy? We talking about in Quincy? The
No,
the
that's
Quincy
loving.
happenings?
I mean,
it's a
the town of Quincy.
How they treat
They're
their
really loving
horses.
horses. That's one guy that's given the town a bad
I
name.
know. We love you, Quincy.
Shout out.
Our friend Michelle, who lives in Quincy, hates when we mention
I know.
this.
Yes.
So does our
Everybody
family.
up there hates this.
It's a great little
It's
town.
one guy,
Hey, man.
and everybody knows who he is.
And this is why Palmyra now has taken off and become like the shining star over
People
there.
moving
It's been
over.
6 months. He's kind of getting close to his next headline,
Yeah,
isn't he?
yeah. And she says they're not even from there. He just goes to Quincy to bang horses.
Oh, my gosh. Really? He's not even
poor
from there?
Have you seen the horses in Quincy?
He whiz.
Limited edition toy collecting.
Like haunted dolls.
I don't know.
You know,
I collect Star Wars figures still in the packaging.
I can see that being weird until that's what pays for your wedding because you sold some
Do people
$30,000.
really sell those? I never heard of anybody selling them.
No, they just keep accumulating them.
That's why you can't buy them anywhere.
I've always heard of people collecting these things, but never selling them.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm going to go ahead and say, though, every time you hear about somebody or you see somebody that collects this, is it not some extremely well-off, rich, and nerdy man? Because everybody I know that has covered one of these bases has
No.
a
I
heck
know
of a
somebody
collection
that's sunk
in their
a lot of their money into Beanie Babies, and they are not rich.
both of the Disney ones
So they won't sell it.
and the Matchbox cars and another one. I've known grown men to have these collections in their basements of their enormous, amazing houses.
Well, I have a buddy that spends all his money on it that is not doing well.
Oh.
And every time he gets a girlfriend and he moves in, it's a point of contention where he's like, yeah, so this is my room. And then he's like setting up. He's also started a secret Instagram account where he takes them out and poses them in fight scenes. and
No
takes
way.
pictures, creates like battle scenes.
And he's
I'm
got
like,
more followers than all of us
And he
combined.
does not. He has like 13 followers. It's not very popular.
He ain't doing it right.
It's not a very popular account. But
Get a
I'm
better
just like,
camera.
he has like very much like comic book, Marvel, X-Men, and he's just into it. And like he wants to decorate. And it's a cool thing, and I like comic books, but it's just like he has no money. He's always broke. And I'm like, man, this is a hard sell to a woman. To just keep buying this stuff. You got to cut it out.
Maybe that's why he's keeping it secret.
It's kind of funny that anybody collects anything, really. It's like, that's the hoarding that we accept.
Yeah.
You know?
Because you display it nicely.
When you,
Well,
dude, when you call,
hold on.
hang
Say
on.
that again, dude.
Like you want to be mad at your neighbor for like filling his garage with like a bunch of random crap, but like if he was like
It is
collecting
acceptable
Funko
hoarding,
toys,
dude.
like he's not a hoarder, dude. He's got a lot of money.
he's a collector.
Yeah.
He's not a hoarder, he's a collector.
Yeah, I collect pea jars.
So
If you
what?
think about it,
I got masons. I got balls. I got all the different types of jars full of pee.
What?
All right, back to you.
Okay, well, listen, we're going to take a break. We'll come back. I got a can you spot a cheater? Here's what a pro notices, and Rafe's on relationships. Sex time fun facts. Rafe, what do you have for us this week?
Rafe does relationships. What I have is an update on a story from a month or two ago. I don't know if you guys remember this. I'll give you the quick recap. Here was the original email. Longtime listener, love Rafe does relationships segment. I have something I'm hoping I could discuss. Make it as short as possible. Best friend, married 4 years. Has a job requires him, my best friend has been married for 4 years. He has a job that requires him to travel a lot. He's only home about 1 week a month. Recently, there was an anonymous post on a group on Facebook called Are We Dating the Same Guy STL. Do you guys remember this?
Yes.
Showed his photo, accusations of him cheating, leading a double life. Post, he says he keeps promising to divorce, talks bad about his wife, etc. My friend, his wife, got word of the post by another friend. It was reported. It was removed from the group. Husband's denying everything. About 2 weeks later, post returns, same Facebook group. Person identifies herself. This time, she writes the same stuff about him leading a double life and cheating on her when he travels. This time, I let my best friend know the post was back up, and she gets a DM from the girl who is accusing him of doing it. She has completely ignored the messages, posts, and just blocks and reports them. Totally believes her husband and not the girl.
Right.
Where there's smoke, there's fire. I'm starting to worry. There's mounting evidence, and she seems to be completely in denial. What would you all do? I'm not getting involved in their marriage, but would want some sort of proof that the girl's telling the truth. If she has nothing, then you know it's fake. Husband is very mad and claims that this woman is harassing him.
I forgot what I said.
I think we had a lot of questions about, like, what do you know? How involved are you?
Yeah, so just an anonymous woman sending you stuff about your husband. Yeah, I think I said you got to question the woman.
We had some questions, and these were her answers to our follow-ups were this. She's like, I, as well as other friends, do have our doubts. They don't seem to communicate well. They have the same bank account. She knows where he travels, but really knows what town and place. He also extends trips sometimes to, quote, enjoy the sights. They already have a 2-week separation about a year ago to think about things, so the marriage has been strained. I messaged her via all social media accounts, and she blocked me. She's not wanting to hear this right now.
Oh, she's cut you off too?
So you go to the morning show, and now we are blasting it all over.
And now there's a third update.
Oh, okay.
New updates. That was her addressing our issues, the questions we asked, which were like, how involved are you? Like, don't over-insert yourself in this. Could be a problem. And here is the update. And I quote, boy, oh boy, do I have updates. The post came back a third time on the STL group on Facebook with the screenshot of him and the other girl FaceTiming. I knew something was going on, so I made the maybe bad decision to message the girl. So now she's messaged the woman who's claiming.
I mean, if you can't move on, you got to do this, right? I mean, right?
This is the friend, though, right? Like, this is the best friend.
The best
Who
friend
needs to move on?
I love that the best friend has decided now to message
She's in it.
the
so the
woman
best
who's
friend
posting.
is now messaging the other girl.
The
Yes.
best friend of whom? The wife?
The wife.
Oh. Okay.
This is pure love out of the best friend.
Okay, so but she's now inserted
She's friends
herself
with
into
the husband,
somebody's
too.
marriage.
I don't want to insert myself, but here goes.
Yes.
In every way.
Well,
I
and now
can.
her friend
the
isn't
worst way.
talking to her. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So she said, I made the maybe bad decision to message the girl. She gave me so much info with screenshots of messages. He has sent her money, sent inappropriate photos, etc. She knows things about my best friend's family that only someone who has been told this stuff in an intimate way would know. I talked with this girl for 3 days, and then she turned on me and blocked me as well.
Wow.
So
This
now she's been
friend-
blocked by everybody.
Wait, I think she turned on me. Okay, so
Now
the mistress.
The mistress,
who
the
she
wife,
was-
and the
yeah.
boy and the guy are all turned
Are
their
all
back
not
on.
talking to this
I'm
one.
mad at the best friend who is trying to.
Oh, so the best friend is no longer the best friend.
No, she is, but she's just on pause right now.
She's just on pause for like messaging online.
Because the couple is going through turmoil right now, and I think probably the wife is like, I just need everybody in my life to shut up, and I just need to go live in a cave for a second, you know. And the
What
best
if?
friend is like doing her dirty work.
Well, guys,
right now.
get your cups out.
Okay.
Because I got a little more tea for you.
God, the tea is so
before,
hot.
Before you even go
It's
there,
tea time.
I'm just going to say this. What if the best friend doesn't even know of some sort of aspect to this relationship where, you know, maybe the wife has her head in the sand, you know, whatever, for protection or something like
This
that.
is allowed?
Well, no, I'm saying maybe what if there's one aspect to their relationship that the best friend doesn't know that makes this all make sense? Go ahead.
No,
Lynn.
they're separated though.
That's the kettle.
Here we go.
Go ahead. I want the tea.
Time.
The tea's ready. I talked to the girl for 3 days. She turned on me and blocked me. I have given this information to my best friend. Turns out he has told his parents about this girl and is claiming he's being scammed by her.
Oh.
His mom is saying he's only continuing to talk to her because he wants to get his money back.
Oh, now mom's involved. Great.
Oh, so he's a victim.
Seriously? My best friend is being told by him that I'm making this worse because he found out that I had been talking to her. She's taking time and figuring out what to do. He's admitted to meeting the girl at a bar in a different state he was at the time. Got to know her and sent her money for her kids because She gave him a sob story about having 3 kids with no
Makes
father.
total sense, Moon. I totally buy it.
Yeah. He claims that all he's trying to do is get his money back, even though he says he gave her the money out of the goodness of his heart. Now he wants it back. And he said, quote, "You catch more flies with honey than vinegar, sweetheart. My friend and him and their families are supposed to have a talk this weekend and everything. He says there's no relationship with this girl. He's simply a do-gooder, and he's being punished for it. He wants to move there. But I have messages claiming that he loves her, his wife is gone, and he wants to move there with her, from her, screenshots with his face in the pictures. My friend has seen all of this, and both of their families. His mom yelled at me saying, I need to stop making this worse. So now his mom is yelling at the emailer. She's getting, now the 4th person has entered the chat. 4th person has entered this tea party. She says, I have no right to do what I'm doing. I know this is a lot, but my friend says she doesn't know what to do or who to believe. I just love my friend. This issue isn't who to believe. He has admitted to meeting a girl, talking to her for 2 years, sending her over $2,000. What more proof do you need? They are behind on their house payment because of him. Man, you're spilling all the tea, lady.
I mean, she knows. I love her as a friend. Like,
I've had too much caffeine.
She doesn't need to do this, but she is. I mean, it's completely inappropriate, but I love it.
I also love it. Spill that tea, girl. Spill it on me. I'm so caffeinated
All
from the
over
tea.
me.
They're behind on their house payment because of him. She told me she needs, seems like an open and she told me she needs time to process and doesn't know who to trust. Seems like an open and shut case to me, the inquisitor, but I'm giving her space. I feel guilty for messaging this girl, but she refused to entertain it. And I told her this is someone from his work messing, and he told her this was someone from his work messaging with him. If he's truly being scammed, then why not just tell her from the beginning he made a mistake?
Because he's a liar and he's a cheater.
Yeah, it's wild.
You want to know how to spot a cheater? This is a good way.
Yeah, it's wild. The cheaters could also be liars, and then somehow when they get caught, they're either heroes or victims.
Yeah, that's the best.
Crazy how that works.
Every time.
But I will say this, Detective Columbo, pump the brakes maybe a little bit. Like, I think you've gotten it out there. And
you're a good friend.
Throttle back a little bit.
You have been blocked on social media by extended family at this point. Yeah. You've done your due diligence.
This is a perfect example of what true crime documentaries do to people. Because they make you the investigator and you take matters into your own hands and you want that justice.
Yeah, and it rarely helps, though. When you see somebody circling the drain, sometimes you try, and then once you understand that they're just going to be in it until the explosion is over, you just kind of have to wait and go, I'll try to help you pick up the pieces.
This is that old adage we've talked about, like sometimes when you insert yourself, you become the common enemy.
Yeah.
And that's what he's done. He's made you the common enemy.
Yeah, you're the villain.
Because we even had this question about us trying to tell friends of ours in the past, like, hey, I think your girl's cheating on you. Like, I saw her out at the club making out with a dude.
It's a very delicate. It's a very delicate way you got to go about it. But all right, thank you for the update, the Rafe on relationships update,
or the tea time update. You're welcome.
All right, one final break. We'll come back, wrap her up. That is it for us. Appreciate you all tuning in. Make sure if you're looking to help out those who were affected by the tornado on Friday, check out our social media. We've got that really comprehensive STL tornado support info, that Google Doc up there that's constantly being updated. In fact, it was just updated. Yeah, again, they really need tarps and trash bags and power banks and stuff. So get all the info up there. Do what you could do.
And share it.
And please share it. More storms today, so keep your eye on the sky. All right, if you missed anything on the program today, make sure you check out the clip of the day brought to you by Michaels and the podcast, which is brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Today's podcast is titled, Scott?
Oh, I'm getting it today. Yay.
You got it.
I sent a couple over, and we had some good ones.
Okay.
And I think the one that I like the most is right here, and then it comes with onions.
Okay, say it again.
And then it comes with onions.
And it comes with onions. Okay, that was late in the show. All right, Moon, what else?
This weekend, the Schlafly Barbecue and Bargain Bash featuring the Teenage Dirtbags. This is a super fun barbecue and like a rummage sale bargain kind of thing. that goes on at Schlafly Tap Room. It starts at noon, goes to 8 p.m. It's a free event, all ages. Anna is playing at 1. The 45, the Meat Sweats, and the Teenage Dirtbags close it out 6:30 to 8. Again, free event, all ages. It's the Schlafly Tap Room barbecue and bargain bash this Saturday. See you there.
Learn.
Just follow me on the socials at Lern versus Radio. Really compelling stuff.
Awesome.
Cool.
Rafe.
No notes. Help your neighbors. Go out and donate.
Scott.
I want to say thank you to everybody that swung by on Saturday at the Sheet Metals Workers Local 36 tent. It was awesome, and you guys are incredible. So thanks for coming out to PointFest, making it extra special for all of us.
I saw you fist fighting with a guy.
I did get a little heated with some, as a father-son, and they were just, they had it coming.
Good
That's all.
old-fashioned
Who knew Scott knew Muay Thai?
I do.
family fight.
Muay Thai Bo, actually.
Muay Thai.
I did meet a child named Dylan and got to reenact the Dylan, you son of a bitch, with a kid, and that was fun.
Nice.
Cool.
All right, we'll leave you with a selection. Is it Muay Thai or Muay Thai?
Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Muay Thai.
Muay Thai.
But I do Muay Thai
Kicking
Bo.
trees.
Man, the show's got it all.
We'll leave you with a selection from our teamers. Remember the day, brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill from Troy, Missouri. Michael Mayer is our team.
Yeah, Michael.